Coming up next, high school football on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV20.
It's week 2 of high school football here at George Daniel Field. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Baclar, my partner Jay Ferguson. Our cameraman, producer, director, and instant replay man is Joe Bach. And tonight, the Lorain Admiral King Admirals are playing host to the Tigers of Cleveland Heights in a crossover LEL game. Last week, the Admirals traveled to Toledo Start. They were bombarded with all kind of bad weather, and when all was said and done in the wee hours of Saturday morning, it was Toledo Start 22, the Admirals 12. Meanwhile, over on the east side of Cleveland, the Tigers took on the Warrensville Heights Tigers. Tigers versus Tigers, just spelled differently. And the end result there was more of a basketball score, Jay, 53-36.
The Tigers prevailed.
Absolutely. One way or another, absolutely. Last year, these two teams went at it at Cleveland Heights. Admiral King victorious 18-6. How do we see tonight's game shaping up?
Well, we're on tonight. I think the theme for Admiral King is going to be great expectations. I think that they came into this season with a lot of high hopes. You're always keyed up for your opener. You get on a bus, you drive 90 minutes on a school bus, hitting every bump that you can on the turnpike, and then you sit and wait for about 5 hours, and you have to tee it up against a real competitive Toledo Start team, and Admiral King just had some trouble scoring. As you said, Cleveland Heights puts up 53, and that incidentally, that game was 53-6 at one point. But Cleveland Heights has got a very, very strong offensive team. Returning starter Travis Kelce, the quarterback, being given a lot of looks at Division I schools as a tight end, which surprises me because I know and saw him last year, and I was very impressed. He's also a tremendous basketball player, and that may be his sport when all is said and done. But last year when he played here and I saw him, the thought that went through my mind was, this is what Ben Roethlisberger looked like as a young football player. Same size.
All right, talking to Coach Mark Campo, this being his 4th year at the helm of the Admirals, he expects that the Admirals will win. In fact, last year they had the first winning season since 1990. Back then it was 5-5. Last year for the Admirals, again, 5-5. And he just kind of indicated that there were a lot of bad mistakes made last week in Toledo. And he feels he's got the kind of players that are dedicated. And again, this season should end up on a positive note.
Well, I think last week they went into the season with a little bit of indecision. They decided to open the season with 2 quarterbacks. They were splitting time with Matt Toth, who was the starter last year, and Terrence Atkinson, senior, but he was new to the program. I think in talking to Coach Campo this week that the decision has been made that Atkinson is going to get much the bulk of the offensive work, and Toth is going to get much the safety spot that they shared last week. I think the way it went was when one was the quarterback, the other got the next possession on defense. So I think that that's a decision that Admiral King has determined, maybe that Atkinson has a little bit more athleticism, and they're going to certainly need athletes to make plays against a high-scoring Cleveland Heights team.
All right, we'll have the opportunity to watch the Admirals defensively at the start of the ball game. Since Cleveland Heights won the toss of the coin, elected to receive, they will defend the south goal. The Admirals kicking off defending the north goal to begin the ball game. And we'll be back with the starting lineups for the Admirals offensively and defensively right after this timeout.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured. Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campana of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Gold medal swimmer Amanda Beard.
When America's national symbol, the bald eagle, was threatened with extinction, we responded with the Endangered Species Act, a law which now protects more than 1,000 different species. But as some species recover, others become imperiled. Let us pledge to the next generation that we will help protect America's wildlife heritage for them.
Thanks, Amanda.
Join me and Defenders of Wildlife to help save something wild. Visit defenders.org.
Real education means great teaching.
Professors with real-world experience who care.
It means great jobs for recent graduates.
And being prepared for a great paying career.
That's why we hire LCCC graduates.
Low tuition, flexible classes, and LCCC credits transfer. LCCC is a great value.
Some of the best people you meet have something in common. Lorain County Community College and the University Partnership. Real education gets real results.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Tonight's starting lineup for the Lorain Admiral King Admirals brought to you by Ted's Floor Covering, a local business investing in Lorain's community. Ted's Floor Covering featuring today's highest fashions for your discriminating taste. Ted's Floor Covering, located at 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, with outstanding carpet selections, vinyl, ceramic, hardwood, and laminate floor coverings. Remember, before you buy at the big home improvement stores, shop and compare at Ted's. And now checking the lineups for the Lorain Admiral King Admirals, the 2006 Lake Erie Lake Division Tri-Champions. First of all, looking at the offense, coached by Mark Campo in this, his fourth season at the helm. Starting at quarterback, wearing number 12, a 175-pound senior, Terrence Atkinson. At fullback, wearing number 23, a 225-pound senior, Julius Rollins. At one wingback, wearing number 25, a 190-pound senior, Tim Taylor. At the other wingback, wearing number 21, a 195-pound senior, Cameron Bryant. At wide receiver, wearing number 32, a 180-pound junior, Chris Kimbrough. At tight end, wearing number 81, a 225-pound senior, Rolando Carter. Now looking at the front five for the Admirals on the offensive line. At center, wearing number 55, a 210-pound junior, Daniel Soto. At right guard, wearing number 77, Sheldon Ball, a 270-pound junior. At left guard, wearing number 72, a 310-pound junior, Joe Hernandez. At right tackle, wearing number 56, a 185-pound junior, Ryan Garrison. And rounding out the starting 11 for the Admirals offensively, at left tackle, wearing number 79, Andre James, a 275-pound junior. And now checking the starting 11 for the Admirals defensively. At nose guard, wearing number 68, a 250-pound junior, Dale Linder. At one defensive end, wearing number 87, a 195-pound junior, Adrian Casey. The other defensive end, wearing number 81, a 225-pound senior, Rolando Carter. Looking at the five linebackers, wearing number 28, Miles Jones, a 170-pound junior. Number 43, a 180-pound junior, John Gerber. The middle linebacker, wearing number 21, a 195-pound senior, Cameron Bryant. Inside linebacker on the right side, wearing number 23, a 225-pound senior, Julius Rollins. And the right outside linebacker, wearing number 44, a 170-pound junior, Najaron Clipper. The defensive halfbacks, number 32, a 180-pound junior, Chris Kimbrough. And number 1, Blake Jamerson, a 165-pound senior. Rounding out the starting 11 defensively for the Admirals at safety, wearing number 10, Matt Toth, a 165-pound senior. And there you have the starting lineups for the Admirals tonight, brought to you by Ted's Floor Covering, a local business investing in Lorain's community. Ted's Floor Covering, featuring today's highest fashions for your discriminating tastes. Ted's Floor Covering, located at 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain. Remember, before you buy at the big home improvement stores, shop and compare at Ted's. We'll be back with the start of tonight's ball game right after this.
What do you think of when you see a Shriner? Their unique red hats, their colorful parades? What about helping kids? Shriners Hospitals offer some of the world's best orthopedic, spinal cord, and burn medical care to children totally free of charge. And they combine that care with innovative teaching and progressive research programs. Sure, the Shriners have a lot of fun, but helping kids is a part of that fun. If you know a child that they could help, call this number. Shriners, having fun and helping kids.
America is on the move.
America on the Move is for real people of all ages and sizes.
Even you can do it.
Even I can do it.
My pedometer keeps track of my steps.
I have one too.
All you have to do is go online.
It's fun.
It's easy.
And it's all free.
I've lost 5 inches off my waist, 2 inches off my hips, and lowered my cholesterol by 22 points.
We walked every street in our town. Every morning before work, off we go.
Register online at AmericaOnTheMove.org. America on the Move.
Back here at George Daniel Field, all set to get this ball game underway. As we indicated earlier, the Tigers of Cleveland Heights won the toss. They will receive, defend the south goal. The Admirals will be kicking off, defending the north goal. Kicking off for the Admirals, a 200-pound senior, Cameron Zatala. The deep receivers for the Tigers, number 11, Jonathan Harder, and number 28, Robert Marshall. The Tigers coached by Jeff Rotsky. This his first year coming over from Maple Heights. His career record as a head coach, 28-27. And the ball picked up by Robert Marshall on about the 20-yard line. Finally brought down just over the 25. So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. The quarterback, number 1, Travis Kelce. The tailback, number 8, Alan Owens. The fullback, number 49, Chris Creel. Wide receivers are number 7, Brian Underwood, and number 3, Victor Rainey. The slot is number 32, Brian Farmer. The center is number 50, Kumar Ferguson. The guards are Caroli Smith and Ernest Watson. We'll check the 2 tackles in a moment. Alfred Sharp and Regilion Bias Jr. And the pitch goes to Alan Owens. Owens trying to find running room on the far side. The Admirals defensively bring him down. And I do believe right about at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a slight loss.
Nice job there by Michael Taylor on the outside of the defense. Just what you teach your outside guy to do. Penetrate 3 yards, turn everything in. He was there and made the back go deeper. And
no huddle by the Tigers. And the pitch comes back again to Alan Owens. This time he's got some running room and he gets up close to the 40-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Cleveland Heights.
And there is just the opposite coming to this side where the contained man got kicked wide and there was a nice running lane. Cleveland Heights going to go no huddle. Last year they not only did a lot of no huddle, but they ran out of the shotgun quite a bit as Kelce's got quite an arm.
Pitch again back to Owens. Owens going to pass, fakes the pass, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play.
Julius Rollins got there first on the inside blitz from his linebacker spot, Ron, but he missed the tackle, and 45 Michael Taylor was there to clean it up. Good loss there on first down for the Admirals defense.
Loss of about 7 yards on the play. 2nd down and 17. The ball is back on the Tigers' 33-yard line.
Now we'll see receivers all over the field, and this is the formation where Kelce's dangerous. 4 wide receivers, he's in the gun.
In motion is Brian Farmer. Farmer with the ball. He's going to be brought down at about the 31, 32-yard line. Maybe a slight loss on the play.
Good disciplined defense there by the Admirals. They kept contained again. That was John Gerber wide on the tackle. Looks like maybe another loss there of a yard, Ron, and they'll go again quickly to the line.
Big 3rd down play now for the Tigers. Kelce looking to pass. He's going to be brought down. And that'll bring up a 4th and a punting situation as the Admirals defense rises to the occasion.
We can't call it a sack because it was right about at the line of scrimmage, but that was big Rolando Carter that pulled him down. And you have to be big to pull down Travis Kelce. List him at 6'6" and well over 200 pounds.
230 to be exact. Doing the punting now for the Tigers, Stephen Buchholz, standing back on about his 19-yard line.
Blake Jamerson, Chris Kimbrough are the deep men for the Admirals.
Good snap from center. Wobbly punt high in the air, lands on the 40, takes a Tiger bounce, and it will be down just over the 35-yard line, where the Admirals will take over with decent field position, 1st and 10.
Good decision there by the return man. Punt came up short, let it bounce, and don't take a chance on turnover. Let's play offense from the 35. That's considered good field position right there. So the Admirals with senior first-time starter Terrence Atkinson under center. But first we'll have a timeout for the Admirals as there may be a little confusion in the huddle. And it was because we might have had one of the Julius Rollins on the sideline shaken up. The trainer David Dury taking a look at him. They only had 10 in the huddle.
All right, looking at the defensive 11 for the Cleveland Heights Tigers. At the ends, Jarvon McClendon, number 96, and Corey Freeman, number 97. The defensive tackles, number 71, Emmanuel Humphrey, and number 95, Cameron Keith. The 5 linebackers: James Settle, number 15, Fred Hunter, number 56, Robert Jordan, number 36, Robert Marshall, number 28, and number 11, John Harder. The strong safety, Chris Hall, number 20, and the free safety, Daley Baker, number 9. The Admirals will be in a wing T with Terrence Atkinson at quarterback. The fullback, Julius Rollins, and the wingbacks, Cameron Bryant and Tim Taylor.
The very athletic Chris Kimbrough split wide.
And the give is to Bryant. Bryant hit at the line of scrimmage, but bulls his way over. Picks up about 2-3 yards on the play. That'll bring up a second down.
That's what you want on first down. Get a little push, get off. We're in 2nd and 7 now. Everybody's had a chance to hit somebody now. Now it's time to go to the playbook.
2nd down and 7 for the Admirals.
Once again, you've got a first-time starter at quarterback. Let him get his feet under him. He's played before, obviously, but first time starting for the Admirals.
The give this time is to Tim Taylor, breaking loose. Taylor to the 40. He's to the 35. Knocked out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. Tim Taylor, the 190-pound senior.
Let's take a look at this, Ron, on the replay. Again, it's a shift to the eye, motion away. Now they come back, pull the guard. It's a trap play. There's the block on the trap, and he just bounced off somebody and kicked it back, cut back, and found open territory.
1st and 10 for the Admirals. The ball on the Tigers' 27-yard line. Atkinson under center. Pitches back. The give is to Bryant, Cameron Bryant.
Once again, positive yards. Looks like he got close to 5 on first down. And in this particular offense, that's how you sweep the ball, is you sweep it through the deep motion in the pitch. Very effective.
Ball is on about the 21.5-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
Might be about time now to see if we can get Terrence Atkinson on some sort of a rollout, and let's see his athletic ability with the ball. Counter play.
The give is to, I do believe, Julius Rollins right up the middle.
Very good play call there by the Admirals offensive coordinator. If we take a look at this, it's a counter play. The motion goes to the left. The back is lined up to the left. There's the motion, and they come right back to the weak side after they'd been running everything with pulling guards and going by overloading personnel. They come back against the grain. First down for the Admirals at the 15. Now the strength of the formation to the right.
And the Admirals calling their second timeout with 7:12 remaining in the first quarter of play. There is no score. We'd like to take a moment to thank our local sponsors on behalf of Athletic Director Brian Corey. Without these sponsors, this event tonight would not be possible. And they are Fligner's Supermarket, Quaker's Steak and Lube, Amvet's Post 47, Scorcher's Casual Eatery and Draft House, Mortgage Plus Bank, Jack Kelly Insurance, Deso's Bistro, Visual Expressions, VFW Post 451, Jim Carney, County Engineer, Lormet Credit Union, Biggie's Pub, Sam R. Bradley, Attorney, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the Lorain Port Authority, and Giorgio's Pizza. Thank you to one and all.
Especially thank you to Deso's for that wonderful dessert they sent over. Joe Box said, oh yeah.
Now, what dessert was that?
It was a
chocolate thing? Oh.
Chocolate moon pie. Chocolate cherry moon pie?
No, I thought...
Yeah, we picked it up.
Oh, you picked it up. I see. I thought you or your wife made that.
Ron, I make reservations.
That'll work.
Timmy Taylor.
All right, on the first down, Tim Taylor brought down from behind, but he picked up a yard or two.
Nice fill from the middle of the defense there by 36 Robert Jordan. It looked like Taylor was going to get a lot more than he did. Jordan came from the middle and nice angle. Held him to a short gain.
Well, yeah, just a yard on the play, maybe even less. Second down. The ball is inside the 10 or 15-yard line.
I think at this point, from what I'm understanding, the Admirals are in field goal range with Mr. Satala. But they certainly want more than that, and there's the third timeout being taken.
Okay, another timeout on the field, and just some interesting information to share with you. Again, compliments of James Baker, Ohio Sports News Network. The Admiral King versus Cleveland Heights encounters, the all-time series results. In 1974, the first time the two teams met, Admiral King shut out the Tigers 21-0. In 1975, the Admirals again victorious 14-8. Then the Tigers won 4 years in a row. In 2002, 33-27 over King. In 2003, Cleveland Heights 28, the Admirals 25. In 2004, Cleveland Heights 31, Admiral King 7. And in 2005, the Tigers over the Admirals 19-6. Last year, as we indicated, Admiral King victorious by a score of 18-6. So the Admirals have won 3 times, the Heights Tigers 4 times. They've played 7 times.
Well, good news, bad news here, Ron. The bad news is King's out of timeouts. The good news is they're well hydrated because they've had the chance to drink water 3 times on this drive.
And a fake handoff to Taylor.
Atkinson
Atkinson with the ball. He is in the end zone. Touchdown. Terrence Atkinson on a beautiful fake to Tim Taylor, keeping the ball, coming to the near side, grabbing 6.
Flag
but there
on the
is a
play.
flag on the far side. Oh, my goodness.
And they weren't set. It's going to come back. The
Illegal procedure against the Admirals, busting that up.
Let's see if we can check a replay and see if we can see the penalty, but we'll also see the athletic ability of Terrence Atkinson on this play as he broke contain on the roll to the right, and it was just clear sailing inside the 5, took contact and made it into the end zone, all for naught. Something happened on the line on the left side, but I couldn't tell what it was. The flag was off before the ball was. Atkinson into the end zone, but will come back and will be second and a long 14.
The ball spotted just inside the 20-yard line.
I would not call this a briskly moving first quarter here.
Since the opening of Admiral King High School in 1961, this tonight is the 447th game of football. The Admirals have won 191 games, lost 249, and 7 wound up in ties.
One thing I will guarantee you, Ron, is that we won't have the 8th tie in Admiral King history this
That is correct. There will never be another tie in high school football anywhere.
Coach Campo getting an explanation for the call. The gentleman who called the penalty is on the far side of the field, right at the down marker. He relayed the information over, and Coach Campo is not a happy Admiral at this point.
Well, when we watched the replay, brought to you by the Lorain School Employees Credit Union, it was difficult to even try to pick something out.
I could not. Again, it was our monitor and a long way away. Let's Joe Bach going to try and go back again, because this discussion doesn't look like it's ending soon. I don't know that Coach Campo is satisfied. Here it is. Now you see the official to the left of the screen. There's the flag on the snap. I could not see anything on the interior of the line. Unless they called them for not having enough players on the line of scrimmage, because Coach Campo pointed over to the linesman on the near side as if to say, well, if that's the call, why isn't he calling it?
Right.
But I won't say that he's satisfied with the explanation, but I would say that he got his money's worth on the explanation. Atkinson's going to come in with the play.
Another interesting note, the Cleveland Heights Tigers, in all the years that they have played high school football, since the inception of the playoff games, have never been in the state playoffs. Atkinson again keeping the ball. And he's going to be driven out of bounds, but picked up good yardage, picked up the penalty yardage plus.
We'll have to take a look at this on the School Employees Union replay. This is just out-and-out athletic ability here by Terrence Atkinson. Athletic ability is what makes the first man miss here. Here it is as they come to the line. This is the replay. In the shot, whoops. That was not a big defensive lineman that he made miss. That was James Settle, the linebacker, 6'3", 195, and very athletic.
The give is to Cameron Bryant, second man through, and he is blasted right before the line of scrimmage. There'll be a slight loss on the play.
If anything good happened there, it moved the ball to the center of the field, where if they're considering a field goal, but it doesn't look like Atkinson coming back in with the play.
Ball is spotted just inside the 10 where it's 4th down and 5.
I'd like to see if they can get Mr. Atkinson rolling out in space again with some options to run or pass. He's got Kimbrough split to the right and Taylor in the slot to the right. Now here comes Bryant to the right. Everybody's right.
And it's Atkinson with the ball. He's not going to be able to get anywhere. So the Tigers hold. They will take over 1st and 10. The ball spotted just inside their own 15-yard line. As we indicated, the Tigers have yet to be involved in high school state tournament play, but maybe under Rotsky, that might be a possibility in the near future. The Admirals, of course, at one point in time under Bill Provident, did get into the playoffs, losing the first game against North Canton Hoover.
One thing about Coach Rotsky, when he comes to your school, usually your talent pool gets much deeper quickly.
I wonder how and why.
Maybe he's got a big shovel.
A keeper by Travis Kelce, unable to go anywhere. That'll bring up a 2nd down, no gain on the play.
That's big Rolando Carter there from his defensive line spot. The Admirals weren't quite set there on defense. Fortunately, they were moving the right way.
Yes, indeed. Again, no gain on the play. If anything, maybe a little loss.
If you're going to be out of position, be aggressive out of position. And with this no-huddle offense, you've got to get set in a hurry. The Admirals still shuffling around now. 3rd and 10.
We've got 2 wide receivers to the near side for the Tigers. Kelce looking to pass. He's still hanging on to the ball. Lets it go. He's got a man all alone, but it was overthrown out of bounds. The intended receiver for the Tigers, number 32, the slot man, Brian Farmer.
He might have been over the line when he let that ball go, too. There was 2 flags on the play.
Yeah, right. 2
Closest
flags.
Admiral to the play, by the way, was A.J. Atkinson, who was on the Admiral's sideline. That's how wide open the Heights receiver was. The indecision may have put Kelce across the line of scrimmage. A penalty I'm sure the Admirals will decline. Here's the replay, and we can check it out. Line of scrimmage just inside the 15.
And there he is. He's over
back, and it's still over.
Yeah.
Still over. Both of his feet were on the 15-yard line when he let that go. Here comes the punting unit for the Cleveland Heights Tigers. Either that or they're going to have a lot of guys play offense.
Well, that's not fair.
Coach Rotsky very animated in the face of the intended wide receiver there, Dominique Daniel.
Stephen Buckholtz will be deep for the Tigers.
Right on the goal line.
Doing the punting. Standing on about his own 1-yard line.
That's Jamerson and Kimbrough deep for the Admirals.
Good snap from center. High punt. Lands on the 40, takes a Tiger bounce, and it will be down on the 47-yard line. So the Admirals start off this time with even better field position, 1st and 10 on the Tigers' 47.
They're closer, but they're going to have to be more organized because they're out of timeouts.
That is absolutely correct, and we've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. No score yet in the ball game. The Admiral King's 2 best seasons occurred in 1962 under Tony Misko with a 9-1 record. That's a season I will never forget. And in 1984 under Bill Provident, they were 9-2. That was the year they got into the state tournament. Tim Taylor, the ball carrier, gets good yardage on the play up to about the 41-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down.
Made a nice cut there inside James Settle, the linebacker, cut it up off the tail of the guard, it looked like.
Yep. Brought down from behind by big 97, Corey Freeman. 6'3", 215-pound senior for the Tigers.
This is Cam Bryant.
Pitch comes back to Cameron Bryant. He gets across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. He'll be shy of the 1st down by about a yard or so.
This is a big play coming up here for the Admirals, Ron. They've had much the best of it for most of the first quarter. But without a conversion here, they're going to have to give the ball up yet again out near the 40. And Heights is going to have fought off the bad field position exchange. So big play right here for Terrence Atkinson and the Admirals offense. They've got a lot of playmakers, though. And they've done a very nice job thus far getting everyone involved.
Atkinson under center, Taylor in motion, and the give is to Rollins. Picks up the 1st down for the Admirals up to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Big Julius Rollins there just ran right out of the grasp of Jarvis McClendon, who kind of was stunned. You'll see it here. He ran right by McClendon. Oops, excuse me, that was not McClendon. That was the linebacker, 56 Fred Hunt. That's one big Tiger in the middle of that line, by the way, Ron. Demetrius Pope, they don't list him at a weight. It's a big fella.
Taking the pitch, Atkinson with the first pass in the ball game, into the end zone, and it's intercepted in the end zone.
And the flag on the play. Let's see what happens here. I think we're going to get defensive pass interference. The only person that looks upset is the Tiger with the ball, number 10, Quentin Scott. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be 1st down, we know that.
And the Admirals applauding out there on the field, so it's definitely against the Tigers.
Well, we'll have to get a look at this replay.
Defensive pass interference in the end zone.
Here it is. Into double coverage. Boy, as a fan of the home team, you like that one, but to me it was just 2 guys going up for a football. But we'll take that one. We didn't see the one that took away the other touchdown, so maybe it's the football gods balancing the field a little bit, Ron.
Chris Kimbrough, by the way, was the receiver in the end zone.
Made a nice play on the ball. Chris is a basketball player, tried to use his body as a box out there and fend off the defender.
1st and 10 from the 20. The give this time is to Julius Rollins, the fullback.
Again, making the first man miss in the backfield.
And Rollins getting about 3 yards on the play.
And again, that's the counter look. Flip wide, cut back against the grain. He made the first man, the strong side tackle, miss. He kept his feet churning and got about 4.
Ball is on the 17, 2nd and 7. Cameron Bryant in motion, gets the handoff. Bryant, he's in the open. He's in the end zone, touchdown. Cameron Bryant putting the first 6 points on the scoreboard for the Admirals.
Cameron Bryant did a very good job, as we'll see on the school employees replay here as Joe cranks it up, of following the lead blocker, who was the fullback, Julius Rollins. He cuts right off of the hip, gets a nice block from the pulling guard on the backside. I believe that was Sheldon Ball. And in for the touchdown, Cameron Bryant.
15-yard touchdown run by the transfer from Southview High School, and the extra point attempt is good. So with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play, it's Admiral King jumping out in the lead 7-0 over Cleveland Heights.
Ron, that was, as we said, Admiral King has had much the best of the field position and the offense the entire first quarter. It was important that they get points on that drive. Fortunate call on a potential interception in the end zone, but they still had to capitalize, and they did take it the final 20 yards with Cameron Bryant getting about the last 16.
And speaking of Cameron Zatala will be kicking off once again for the Admirals from his 40. Deep receivers for the Tigers, Jonathan Harder on the far side and Robert Marshall on the near side.
Once again, Ron, after you score, you want to count on your defense to maintain the momentum that you've just established. The Admirals' defense has twice forced Cleveland Heights punts, but once again, you want to do it again and get your offense, who's feeling pretty good, right back on the field.
And a good kickoff by Zatala, taken on the 10-yard line by Marshall. Marshall up to about the 25-yard line, where he is dropped by a host of Admirals, and the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
35, Anthony Harrison down, a junior, on that special teams tackle for the Admirals, Ron.
Just under 44 seconds remaining now in the first quarter of play. Again, the Admirals taking the lead 7-0.
Cleveland Heights having a little bit of difficulty establishing an identity. Now they're going to come out in the I formation here. Wide receivers to each side and a slot man to the top.
Travis Kelce under center. Passes into the flats. The ball is dropped, picked up, and that's going to bring that play to an end.
The Cleveland Heights coach is looking for a penalty there on that one. The wide receiver screen, a little bubble screen intended to Brian Underwood there, just hit him in the breadbasket and fell out. Cam Bryant followed through on a tackle, and I think maybe we had a little bit of extra acting there on the tackle.
Kelce faking the pass. He's going to keep it and run, but not going too far. Gets up to maybe about the 28-yard line. On the second down play, that'll bring up a third. Pick up of 3. It should be 3rd and 7.
Good discipline by the Admirals defense there. He cut back. Blake Jamerson and Cam Bryant were home, right where they needed to be to contain Kelce, who's a very big, strong quarterback there.
And movement on the part of the Tigers. Number 66 doing some extracurricular activity. Alfred Sharp, the tackle, 6'4", 315 pounds. That'll bring the ball back 5. And 3rd down, making it a lot tougher for the Tigers if they want to maintain any kind of a drive.
Now they're going to get new signals from the sidelines. They just don't look like they've established any kind of rhythm. Passing, running.
Well, they established something last week, scoring 53 points.
That they did.
Kelce back to pass, looking for a receiver, being chased in the backfield. Gets away from tacklers, still with the ball, and finally lets it go, and it is almost intercepted. Hit the ground first.
There's no signal here, but there's a flag in the secondary. Still have not seen a signal. No, the official's calling it an interception. There's an ineligible man downfield, Cleveland Heights. And the Admirals are going to take over following the interception at the 45, Ron. And I looked as Kelce scrambled around there. The first thing I looked for in the secondary was discipline. And we can't see it on the replay, but give these guys credit. I think this ball hit the ground, but I don't get that to make that call.
It did, but hey, that's a break for the Admirals, and we'll take it.
Chris Kimbrough with the interception.
We'll take it.
First person that they looked for, Blake Jamerson, was still with his man in the center of the field, and then he looked long, and there was Chris Kimbrough stride for stride with his man. Great discipline by the Admirals defensively on that play. And that's the end of the quarter, Ron.
I'm Bob Costas, and I've been broadcasting sports for a long time. Much of what I do is ad-libbed, but still one of the most important aspects of my job is being able to write. Narrations, essays, commentaries. It's essential to express those thoughts and concepts clearly and concisely. Good writing is essential for almost any career. And with today's advanced technology, the National Commission on Writing reports that the need to write well has never been more important. Writing is everybody's business.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, it could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
All right, back here at George Daniel Field, second quarter action getting underway, and a big hole up the middle, and it's number 25, Tim Taylor, picking up big yardage for the Admirals to open up this second quarter. A gain of about 9 yards. It's going to be second down and 1.
Once again, if we get a replay here, you'll see Taylor in motion deep, following big Julius Rollins into the hole. There it is. Rollins took, what a hit he had there on the defensive lineman. Looked like 97, Corey Freeman, the defensive end, kicked him right out. Opened up the hole for Thomas.
Bryant in motion gets the pitch from Atkinson. And a first down for the Admirals as Cameron Bryant gets the ball across the 45 to about the 44-yard line, where it's going to be first and 10.
Ron, this has been a very, very nice offense that the Admirals have shown here. They've involved all of their offensive weapons, with maybe the exception of Chris Kimbrough, who they looked to and they got a big pass interference call. Don't be surprised if we don't see something deep before too long here. I'd like to see what happens maybe on second down.
Pitch comes back to Tim Taylor. Taylor still on his feet and lunges forward with a little help from the Tigers. Gets the ball up to about the 36-yard line, where it's going to be
second
down and about 3.
Well, Ron, if you're thinking about taking a shot, now is the time maybe. You've got second and short. You've been very consistent. You've got Cleveland Heights peeking in the backfield. Now might be a time for a little play action and see if we can get Mr. Kimbrough coming over the middle deep. Get the safety peeking in.
And a flag on the play. Bryant in motion.
How about
it's
that?
It's going to be against the Tigers.
There's free first down right there.
Absolutely. As 5 yards marched off, putting the ball on the 31-yard line. The Admirals first and 10.
I have no idea what just happened there. Cameron Bryant came in motion. The flag comes out before the snap. You just expect it on the offense. Joe Box says one of the defensive linemen lined up. If it was Big 71, most of him could have been on the right side of the ball.
Bryant again in motion. The handoff this time to Julius Rollins. Rollins with a running room and a first down for the Admirals as he gets the ball inside the 15-yard line. And Jay, I'm going to make another prediction like I did last Saturday. No lightning tonight, except what's taking place right here on the field. And I'm telling you, from having done games in the past where our home teams have not been too successful, this is exciting.
Well, it's very exciting, Ron. It's a long game. We can't take, obviously, anything for granted.
For now, it's exciting.
It's
one
going well.
play at a time.
That's right. And that, as a coach, you know, that's the natural caution of a coach right there.
Cameron Bryant with the handoff. Gets up close to the 10-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 6.
If we take a look at this in the replay, again, Bryant cut behind the fullback. Now the Admirals look like to be going without a huddle. Right behind, just tripped up at the line. Atkinson calling the play at the line now.
Trap. This time Taylor in motion, gets the pitch from Atkinson. Taylor up close to the 10-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play.
Tried to catch them on the quick count there. The Heights coaches were calling for the trap, looking for the inside play, which the Admirals had run so successfully. And King tried to cross him up by going wide. Heights just slanting to that side, had more players to the wide side of the field. Big third down.
Brings up a third down with a long 5 to go. Taylor, the ball carrier, gets inside the 10. The Admirals, of course, in fourth down territory, and with a good field goal kicker, needless to say, in Cameron Zatala.
The one thing they don't have is the opportunity to take too much time talking this over. They're out of timeouts, Ron. Atkinson has the play, though, and on his way back into the huddle. Once again, you'd like to see if he's going to go out of the shotgun, maybe get him outside using his athletic ability with a run-pass option here.
Cameron Bryan in motion, and it's Atkinson looking for running room. He cut back, and he was nailed. In on that tackle for the Tigers, number 79, Garrett Brown, defensive end.
Ron, here's a prediction. If we can look at this replay, Terrence Atkinson will watch the film this week, and in a couple weeks on this same play, he will not try to cut that back against the grain. He will just proceed upfield. You'll see he cuts it up into the hole, and now he tries to cut back where it's fourth down. You've got to get the ball ahead. You've got to try to make first down on that play rather than a big play.
Tigers take over on downs, 1st and 10 on their own 10-yard line.
Kelce in the spread now. 2 receivers to each side in the shotgun.
Fakes the handoff, Kelce with the keep, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of maybe a yard on the play, 2nd down.
Again, good disciplined defense by the Admirals. It's the West Virginia spread offense there. That's a staple of their play. The fake to the tailback, they read the inside man, and Kelce keeps it, and just nowhere to go. You could see Admirals broken down at the line of scrimmage, ready to defend the quarterback.
Kelce fakes the handoff. He's trying to pass, looking for a receiver, still with the ball, and he's going to be brought down just over the 15-yard line as he picked up about 6 on the play.
Once again, a nice job by the secondary of the Admirals. Kelce pulled that down and ran. He had nowhere to go. He was looking all the way up until he crossed the line of scrimmage. Just didn't have anybody open. Kimbrough and Toth and Jamerson did a nice job back there.
On the 3rd down play, again, Kelce looking to pass, and he's going to be shy of the 1st down as he kept the ball. Cameron Bryan in on the tackle along with a few other Admirals. That'll bring up a 4th and less than a yard.
Real important if they decide to punt here to stay disciplined.
They're going to go for it.
Well, they're going to line up and see if they can draw the Admirals off, I would believe. And there's the timeout from the sidelines and Coach Rodsky.
Okay, timeout on the field with the Admirals ahead 7-0. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. The Lorain School Employees Credit Union wants to help you enter the end zone. Now, in financial terms, that's the green zone. You can earn a higher rate of return with a Lorain School Employees Credit Union Certificate of Deposit. They offer 15 types of CDs from 3 months to 36 months. You call the play, they will pick the terms, and you will be provided the blocking with the best rates in town. The Lorain School ECU will match or beat the competition. Open the playbook and call Lorain School ECU at 282-4600 and talk with your CD coach. Put it in the end zone every time with a Lorain School Employees Credit Union Certificate of Deposit. Back to punt for the Tigers, Stephen Buchholz, standing on his 5-yard line.
Jamerson and Kimbrough moved up this time. Let's see if we can catch one of these in the air. That's
loose ball, but covered quickly by the Admirals' Blake Jamerson. So the Admirals now take over 1st and 10. The ball is on their own 46-yard line. Still, again, good field position with 5 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Ron, if you showed the coaches these game films now and asked who was happy and who was sad, I would think that Coach Rodsky and his staff would be very happy to be only down 7-0 right now. I'm not sure if they've made a first down after the first series, and the Admirals have been inside the red zone a couple of times and only got 7 points. 3 times they've been inside the red zone and scored 7.
In the backfield now, Anthony Harris for the Admirals, number 35, a 165-pound junior.
That was
Atkinson on the keeper. Gets up to the mid-stripe, where it's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Good decision there. No, he had no one to throw to, and he just pulled it down and made a nice athletic play. Once again, good gains on 1st down, Ron, really open up the whole playbook here. And we've seen the whole playbook. We've seen Bryant, we've seen Taylor, we've seen Rollins, and we've seen Atkinson.
Taylor gets the handoff. Gets into Tiger territory to about the 47.5-yard line, maybe the 48. Depends on where they'll spot the ball. It's on the 47, so it's 3rd down and 3.
Here comes the deep motion toss sweep. Admirals just straight ahead blocking on the line. Rollins leads the way from his fullback spot.
Big 3rd down play for the Admirals. Taylor in motion, gets the handoff. Taylor with the 1st down. Taylor to the 35. And a fumble on the play. Picked up, but he was down. The official is saying he was down.
And clearly he was. We will look at the replay here, and you will see that the ball came loose when the ball hit the turf. This is just a wonderful cut here by Tim Taylor right here. Right there, nice kick out block by Julius Rollins, and Taylor's free. There is knee down, ball hits ground, pops loose. That's a 1st down
and
blue.
The ground cannot commit a fumble. 1st and 10, the ball on the 33-yard line in Tiger territory. Harris in motion. The handoff fake to him. Atkinson, he is going to be nailed in the backfield. Making the stop for the Tigers, James Settle, linebacker, 6'3", 195-pound senior.
They had 2 men out for pass to the right that time. Rolando Carter short, Chris Kimbrough deep. We were going to fake the toss, and Atkinson was going to look to throw the ball.
Loss of 7 yards on the play, 2nd down and 17.
And that's what happens when the defensive contain stays home. There's a timeout by the Heights Tigers.
With 3:41 remaining in the 2nd quarter, Admiral King 7, Cleveland Heights nothing. Timeout on the field. Looking at the rundown of coaches for the Admirals, like we pretty much did with Southview last week, Tony Misko was the first of 10 coaches for the Admiral King Admirals. Held the helm for 3 years, had a 15-win, 14-loss, 1-tie record. He was followed by Pete Risen for 4 years, 23, 15, and 2. Then Don Fritz, the longest coach for the Admirals with 10 years at the helm, 47 wins, 49 losses, and 4 ties. Then Fred Churchill entered the scene with 5 years as head coach, 17 wins, 29 losses. He was followed by Bill Provident, the winningest coach for the Admirals, 4 years with a 32-9 record, 3 Buckeye Conference championships, and 1 Erie Shore Conference championship, and the one and only trip to the state tournament for the Admirals.
2nd and a lot here.
Atkinson from the shotgun lets the ball go. Intercepted by number 15, James Settle.
James Settle had a big series right here, Ron. He sacked Atkinson on 1st down and got deep in coverage, turned around, and played the ball very well. Came off the man he was guarding. A couple of Admirals maybe too close together in that pattern allowed Settle to be in between them and make the break on the ball.
Tigers have the ball on their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Kelce back to pass. Could not hang on. The intended receiver, number 7, Brian Underwood, on the incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
I don't know what he does in the spring run, but I'll guarantee he doesn't play in the outfield, because that's 2 of those that he's had in the hands and dropped.
And a fumble and a flag. And picked up by the Admirals. Running with the ball is number 41 for King.
I think that's Michael Taylor. I think that's 45.
45, all right, Michael Taylor.
Let's see what the flag is. Somebody's going to be very happy here at the end of this discussion. It's on us. Holding, let's see.
The Admirals are indicating our ball. Absolutely, and the head referee so indicates. And it's going to be first and goal for the Admirals. The ball is on about the 8-yard line.
Nice
what
play.
A break.
As we look at this on the replay, the handoff was never secured by the running back. Kelce puts the ball in. It comes right out. Tim Taylor sees it, picks it up, and Kelce tried to wrap around and knock it loose. Taylor gets it. Not Taylor, Michael Taylor rather than Tim.
Michael Taylor, a junior.
Fourth trip to the red zone for the Admirals, still only one score. Julius Rollins wants to make that stat go away.
All right, that'll bring up a second down and goal. Julius Rollins getting the ball up to about the 1-2 yard line.
The Admirals do so much with their wings and motion men that almost any time they want to, they're going to be able to get 3 or 4 yards with the fullback on the quick handoff, just because it's going to catch the defense by surprise. Scoreboard optimistically says 2nd and 1. Looks like a little bit more than that.
I'm saying 2nd and goal from the 2. Cameron Bryan in motion.
Now
the handoff is to Taylor. He's in the end zone. Touchdown.
Now they put it at the 3 for the extra point. We can agree on that one.
Yes. Tim Taylor with a 2-yard touchdown run.
I think we're going to see that was Julius Rollins taking that one in.
Julius Rollins.
Right from the fullback position. He gained all 8 yards after the turnover. The big play by Michael Taylor on defense, Ron. And that's what they needed to do to capitalize. Into the lineup offensively for the Admirals. Didn't notice it the first time. Matt Toth is the long snapper. The backup quarterback, or the other quarterback.
Zatala trying for the extra point. It's in the air, and it is good. So with 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the first half, it's Admiral King jumping out ahead, 14-0 over the Cleveland Heights Tigers. The Lorain School Employees Credit Union is a co-op owned and operated by its members. Membership is limited to full-time employees of the Lorain Board of Education and their immediate families living at the same address. The credit union offers share savings accounts, checking accounts, certificates of deposits, and IRA accounts, and a vast assortment of loans. You can check out competitive loan rates on new and used car financing. Remember, for all of your financial needs, call the credit union before you sign on the dotted line. And you can call them at 282-4600, 282-4600, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Zatala will be kicking off now for the 3rd time, this time at the south end of the field. And again, deep receivers, Hardy and Marshall. And the ball is taken this time by a new deep receiver, Kevin Glover.
Oh, boy.
And Glover is tripped up
by Larry Line, because that was the only person. Cleveland Heights is very fortunate here that there's a flag way back on the 35, but had this play gone for a touchdown and there not been a penalty on the Heights Tiger.
And it's going to be against Cleveland.
They also flat out tackled Cameron Zatala, the last man deep for the Admirals there. So the coaches are not happy with this call, but had that gone 92 yards for a touchdown, the Admirals sideline would have been, what about what they did to our kicker? Joe, do we have a replay? Joe says, let him mark off the flag back to the 26.
All right, the ball just over the 25-yard line. Tigers 1st and 10. A break for the Admirals.
Absolutely. You're going to see Cleveland Heights in their 2-minute offense here. This is where Kelce should shine.
Kelce with the keeper, gets across the 30-yard line, gains about 5 on the play. That'll be a 2nd down and 5.
Najaron Clipper with the big hit. And they're going to get right to the line here.
Kelce to pass, coming to the near side, and dropped immediately on the play. Making the tackle for the Admirals, number 32, that being Chris Kimbrough.
I don't think we're going to get through this spot without a measurement here. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Just over the 35-yard line. They are going to call timeout, bring out the chains, check it out. And while they're doing that, want to finish up after Bill Provident. For the Admirals, Tom L. Cisco took over for 7 years. He had a 26-44 record. Then Terry King for 3 years with 6 wins and 24 losses. Tom Steiner had the helm for 2, 7 and 12.
They gave them the first down without a measurement here, Ron.
Oh, 1st and 10 then. And the give this time is to number 8, Alan Owens.
He put the ball on the ground, and it's going to be blue when they unstack.
And the official already indicating Admiral King ball. That's the second time they've coughed it up, and the second time the Admirals have been able to pick it up. And now they will attempt to move into the end zone once again.
I think Chris Kimbrough just pulled this away, Ron. It's out. There it is in the air. And you will see that Chris Kimbrough has the ball between his legs and picks it up and says, now we get to play offense. Minute 23 to go here. The Admirals are going to have to hurry, but once again, great field position.
On the 40.
This score is more indicative of the way the entire first half has been played. I don't know what they will do here. They're in the shotgun with double wing.
They've got 83 seconds. Clock begins to run. Atkinson looking to pass. Lets the ball down the field. All alone and dropped. And I do believe that's number 25, Tim Taylor. Not happy with himself. He had the golden opportunity to just waltz into the end zone. You think he was waltzing before he actually got the hands on the ball?
Before the music started. Great awareness of where you're at on the field by Terrence Atkinson there. He pulled it down, he evaded the rush, pulled up short of the line of scrimmage and threw the ball right on the money to Tim Taylor. Nobody within 5 yards of him. He let it get to his body and it bounced off his pads.
2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle.
Now you've got to be careful here if you are the Admirals. You're out of timeouts.
Julius Rollins, the ball carrier.
It's going to be 3rd and 8 now. You want to try to pick up this first down, but you don't want to do anything that's going to endanger this potential 14-point halftime lead. You would like to be the one that had the ball as the half ended. And the clock's going to tick under 40 seconds before they snap. Oh, there's the delay of game.
Oh, that was on the sideline.
You're right.
And again, one of the defensive linemen apparently lining up in the neutral zone.
That's big Jarvis McClendon, the left defensive end. Not only does it pick up 5 yards and make it a little easier third down conversion, it stops. It's a free timeout for the Admirals. Now it's 35.7 to play. But the situation is a little bit easier here for Terrence Atkinson and the Admirals.
Taylor in motion. Atkinson looking to pass. He's being chased. Lets the ball go into the vicinity of... He had a receiver over there on the far side.
They were going to run a screen pass right there.
Rolando Carter.
That was big Rolando Carter, and it just blew up from the beginning. Heights got too big of a push, and it was good poise by Atkinson to know that he had somebody where he could throw it away. We heard from the Heights coaches, oh, there he is, because immediately you want intentional grounding as the opposing coach on that play. But instead of 4th and about 20 in a punting situation, they've got a makeable 4th and 4 with 28 seconds left.
Taylor in motion. The handoff goes to Julius Rollins right up the middle. First down. And that'll stop the clock as they move the chains.
And now the Admirals will be in full-blown hurry-up mode. Atkinson should get under center here and spike the ball. as soon as they get it set. Chains are set, spikes the ball.
And with just 20 seconds remaining on the clock, the Admirals leading by a score of 14-0.
Ron, if we can go back to the fourth down play again, there it is. Julius Rollins with the quick hitter up the middle. Again, the Admirals have been so effective spreading the field horizontally that the seam is there in the middle of the field on the quick hitter for Julius Rollins.
Ball is on the 21-yard line. Second and 10 for the Admirals. Taylor again in motion. Handoff fake to him. And the pass intended for number 32, Chris Kimbrough, incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
I'm very glad to see that one overthrown a little bit. That's the kind of pass out in space that can go a long way the other way if it's picked off. Chris Kimbrough turned around and played defense there. As Joe Bach shows us the replay. Just more defense than offense on the scene, and we'd still be chasing the Tiger.
The incomplete pass took 6 seconds off the clock, 14 remaining. Atkinson again on the screenplay to Taylor. Taylor gets inside the 20.
They're not going to get another playoff here, Ron. They're not going to get another playoff. That's going to be
and they're all marching to their respective locker rooms, and the first half coming to an end with the score: Admiral King 14, Cleveland Heights 0. Stay tuned for the halftime show featuring the Admiral King High School Marching Band, brought to you by the Palace Civic Center, 6th and Broadway, downtown Lorain. And the movie this weekend, if you're watching us early, Saturday, September 1st and Sunday, September 2nd, showtimes 7 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. The movie is Transformers. It's rated PG-13 for intense sequence of sci-fi action. Introduced in 1984, the Transformers brand took the world by storm with its compelling saga of the Autobots versus the Decepticons. And if you're into that kind of science fiction movie, you'll love the Transformers this weekend, Saturday, September 1st and Sunday, September 2nd at the Palace. And then on Friday, September 7th, the comedy legend Gallagher will be performing at the Palace beginning at 8 p.m. That's Friday, September 7th. We'll tell you more about that one after the halftime show.
Lorain School Employees Credit Union, 4459 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain. If you're an employee of the Lorain Board of Education or an employee's family member, you're eligible for the lowest rates, the best products, and the friendliest service in banking with Lorain School ECU. Speak with us about a membership today and start reaping the rewards of membership with Lorain School ECU. Phone 440-282-4600.
Some of the best people you'll ever meet are LCCC students.
We have great academics, dedicated professors, affordable tuition, and a university partnership.
The opportunities are endless. LCCC credits transfer, and the UP has more than 30 programs right on campus.
I've got a job I love. LCCC helps make it a real future.
We need graduates who are prepared and ready to get ahead, so we turn to LCCC.
Real education gets real results.
There is a new bank in town, Mortgage Plus Bank. We offer conventional purchases and refinance loans, debt consolidation, home equity lines of credit, construction loans, commercial loans, and we even offer 100% to 125% loans. Hi, I'm Scotty Campan of Mortgage Plus Bank. If you have high credit card debt, if your monthly payment is just too high and you can't get ahead, please call us today, and we can save you $500 on your processing fee. I know we can help you.
Your one-stop place for something really special is Impressions, corner of Oberlin Avenue and Tower Boulevard. T-shirts and sweatshirts personally designed to your specific needs. Anything from bears, trains to zebras, and specially designed hats as well. And don't forget Impressions, your one-stop spot for school jackets. See Dave, the designer expert at Impressions, Oberlin Avenue at Tower Boulevard, right here in Lorain.
Hi, Mr. President. My parents believe that eating meals together will make our country strong. Is this something that you did when you were a kid?
I did eat with my family so long as my mother wasn't cooking.
It's not good making fun of your mother, even if you are president, but it is good to have dinner with your kids. We know the more often children have dinner with their families, the less likely they are to smoke, drink, and use drugs. So simply having dinner together can help your children forever, even if you're not a great cook.
Looking for the right color, the right style, the right price for your floor coverings? Well, you can find them all at Ted's Floor Coverings, the only place you need to shop for affordable custom flooring. Whether you're looking for area rugs, carpeting, laminates, ceramic, or marble, you'll enjoy browsing through one of the largest showrooms in Northeast Ohio. Their talented staff will even help with your design questions. Ted's is proud to showcase the Kathy Ireland Shades of America collection. Shop at Ted's Floor Covering, 668 Broadway, downtown Lorain, a local company committed to our community. Ted Kalo, President. Since 1921, your hometown financial professionals at First Federal Savings of Lorain have dedicated themselves to meeting the financial needs of their customers and surrounding communities. They offer a wide variety of financial investments as well as home mortgages to meet your every need. Loans on boats, cars, mobile homes, and other worthwhile purchases are also available. Whatever your financial need, First Federal Savings of Lorain is ready to help with 8 convenient locations to serve you in Lorain, Avon, Huron, Sandusky, Port Clinton, and now its newest location at Park Avenue and Levitt Road in Amherst. First Federal Savings of Lorain is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Your lawnmower needs serviced. Your snowblower doesn't work. Your riding mower needs repaired. Who are you going to call? To avoid all this frustration and for no mower worries, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250. Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service makes good old-fashioned house calls. Most services done on-site at your home when it's convenient for you. He's been servicing the area's power equipment needs for over 30 years, servicing most makes, including Sears, MTD yard machines, Briggs & Stratton, and other major name brands. Remember, for no mower worries and for fast, experienced professional service, call Mark Furman Mobile Mower Service at 315-0250.
All right, back here at George Daniel Field. Good evening, everyone. Ron Bacalar, along with Jay Ferguson, our cameraman, producer, and director, and instant replay man on the scene, Joe Bach, as we are about to get the second half of football action underway between the Admiral King Admirals and the Cleveland Heights Tigers. The Admirals in the lead by a score of 14-0. They will get the kickoff.
And here's my prediction, Ron. If we only see this unit this one time, the Admirals will win this ball game.
Okay.
If they don't return any more kickoffs, they will win the game.
Coming right up the middle, I do believe that was Julius Rollins.
Yes, it was. No, it was not. Excuse me.
It was not?
It was John Gerber, number 43.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Admirals. The ball is on the 25, just over the 25-yard line.
This is by far the worst starting position for the Admirals, Ron. They were gifted the entire first half with great field position.
From the shotgun, Atkinson over to Jamison.
There was a play that the Admirals wanted to run coming out of the half. They put quad receivers, 4 receivers to the left, and they just ran a little bubble screen, threw the ball out to Jamerson. As you'll see here, the coaches from Heights are yelling, get over, get over. And there's just not enough guys there, and he's 5-6 yards down the field before contact.
Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. The ball just over the 30-yard line.
Now there's the 4 to the top with solo receiver to the left.
Atkinson passing right up the middle and just a little bit overthrown beyond the reach of the intended receiver.
That was big Rolando Carter down the middle, and he had some room to rumble there. Had there been a little air under that pass, it could have been floated a little bit more. He had to get it over the defense, and big Rolando frustrated that one was a little too tall for him. 3rd and 5. The Admirals have had good success thus far, Ron, sustaining drives. I don't think we've seen an Admiral King punt yet.
I do believe you're correct in that assumption.
But we're going to.
Yes, indeed. Admirals will be short by about 2 yards.
That's Tim Taylor.
Tim Taylor on the...
And big Sheldon Bell stays down on the ground, shaking up the guard for the Admirals. It's going to be about 4th and 2. So if you're Coach Jeff Rotsky and the Cleveland Heights Tigers, Ron, you got just what you wanted to do. 54 seconds of offense out of the Admirals, 3 and out. Joe Bach's going to tee this one up, and you'll see one of the Admirals in the pile calling for a face masking flag. Couldn't tell whether there was contact to the mask. I couldn't tell that it was grabbed. But there it is. There's the play. And in the middle, and 97 has a hold of the ball carriers. It's either his helmet or his jersey. It's very difficult to tell. I'm sure at home you'll have a better chance to see than on our little 4-inch monitor. But you'll see right there, Julius Rollins is saying, throw the flag. He's making the hand signal. He saw somebody with a hand on the face mask. And he didn't need our Lorain School Employees Credit Union replay.
All right, we were talking about the coming of comedy legend Gallagher at the Palace Theater on Friday, September 7th, showtime 8 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online or at the Palace Theater box office. You can call them at 245-2323. That's 245-2323. Tickets are $30, $25, and $20, plus a $3 handling fee per ticket.
That's a bargain. Gallagher's a $50 ticket in Vegas.
And the first punt of the ball game off the foot of Cameron Zatala. Takes an Admiral King bounce, and it will be down on about the 31-yard line, where the Tigers now take over 1st and 10.
If I can add a Gallagher note there, Ron, I took my dad to see Gallagher a couple of years ago in Las Vegas, and we were standing waiting in line, and the voice came up and said, you don't have to wait in line, it's open seating. And it was Gallagher, and we talked to him for about 5 minutes, and I said, hey, you're from Lorain, Ohio, aren't you? And he said, well, how do you know that? And I said, we're from Lorain, Ohio. And he said, I grew up on the east side on Lehigh Avenue. He said, I went to Fairdale Elementary School. And I said, no, you went to Fairholme Elementary School, and this man was a principal there once.
Wow. Kelce pitching this time. It is caught, and holding on to the ball, Brian Underwood.
Cameron Bryant holding on to Mr. Underwood with a sure tackle, but he picked up 8 on first down. And maybe, the fear here is that Heights figured out a strategy on offense because they looked like they were guessing a lot of the first half. They didn't know whether they wanted to be a running team, a passing team. Now they're in the eye.
Ball on the 39, 2nd and 2, and a first down.
And we haven't said that very often tonight, a Cleveland Heights first down. But to finish the story about Gallagher, by the end of the show, when he brought out the Sledge-O-Matic,
yes,
my dad was up on the stage squashing watermelons with the Sledge-O-Matic and Gallagher. I wish I'd have had a camera for that one.
We have an injured Tiger on the field, number 44 to be specific, and that being Jarrell Roberts, a fullback and a senior.
You know, Ron, the Admirals dominated offensively in the first half. And the coach in me looks at the scoreboard and says, we're 2 plays ahead here. It's 14-0. This is a high-powered Cleveland Heights offense. It scored 56 points last week. 53. And they can put them on the board in a hurry, and they can score 14 points in 2 plays.
Absolutely. We were talking about the lineup of Admiral King coaches, beginning with Tony Misko back in 1961. We got to Tom Steiner, who held the head job for 2 years with a 7-12 record. He was followed by Bill Jones, a longtime Buckeye Conference coach at Findlay. Jones was here for 4 years. He had a 10-30 record, and that ushered in then Mark Campo. 3 years ago, Mark Campo coming into this ball game 8-23, this being his 4th year, and 1 Lake Erie League Erie Division crown as a tri-champ.
Very fortunate the Admirals are there, as Kelce had his running back Alan Owens between the linebacker and the corner. Cameron Bryant may have deflected a little bit of the vision of the back.
On the 2nd and 10, Kelce looking to pass, coming near side, and Underwood with the completion. Another first down for the Tigers as they're now in Admiral King territory. The ball on the 38-yard line.
This is so reminiscent of Cleveland Heights basketball. The last thing in the world you want to do is let them get on a roll, and you knew that they were athletic enough and good enough that it was going to come, and you just tried to fight it off. And I'm afraid here it is.
Hand off right up the middle, running with the ball, Alan Owens, another first down for the Tigers.
They look like they have some rhythm and some tempo and some snap in their step right now. Right up to the line. Admirals trying to substitute on the fly. And they had 12 men on the field.
Once again, it's Alan Owens, this time tripping up at about the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The ball is on the 25-yard line.
A big Rolando Carter there in the middle of the defense with that stop.
Kelce looking to pass. He's being chased in the backfield. He's down as he slipped on the turf.
There are some very frustrated Cleveland Heights coaches at the other end of this counter, Ron, as they were yelling, throw it, throw it, throw it. They felt they had a good play called, and now they're going to be looking at 3rd and 20 as Kelce slips down trying to get away from the pressure.
Loss of 10 yards on the play. Ball is back to the 35-yard line. 25 is the line of scrimmage.
Clearly have to get inside the 15 for the first down. So the Admiral, but a substantial gain here might make them in 4-down territory.
Fake the handoff. Kelce going to pass, and it is caught over on the far side. Making the catch is Chris Creel, and he is nailed immediately, if not sooner, by the Admirals.
We're going to watch this replay, and we're going to hear the Cleveland Heights coaches yell. What? They run right by, the linemen run right by Cameron Bryant and Julius Rollins, and there they are to make the tackle. The 3 Cleveland Heights linemen are 5 yards down the field. They both, or all 3, missed the 2 linebackers who closed in on that after about a 4-yard gain.
Creel picked up, I would say, 3. The ball is on the 32-yard line. So it's 4th down, and a timeout is being called on the field. The Admirals calling a timeout with 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter, and the score 14-0 Admiral King. Are you employed by or retired from the Lorain City Schools? If the answer is yes, then pay close attention to the following. Red Zone, Ed Zone, O Zone. Say, does that have you somewhat confused? Well, you can make your next play call a touchdown with a certificate of deposit at the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. They pay the highest rates in town, and they will match or beat the competition. Their playbook has 15 different CD rates to choose from, so you score every time when you call or visit the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. Call your play at 282-4600 or stop by the office at 4459 Oberlin Avenue in Lorain. That's the Lorain School Employees Credit Union, who bring you all of the instant replays here on TV20 WLCS. Speaking of TV20, since last Friday's game between Southview and their opponent, the TV20 crew, Sandusky, well, sometimes you'd like to forget, had some volleyball action between the Lady Admirals and the Lady Southview Saints. Calling the action was Cheryl Bancic, and I enjoyed that. She does a fine, fine job. Kelce, is he going to be thrown for a loss on the 4th down play? Giving up the ball to the Admirals on downs. They'll take over on their own 40-yard line.
John Gerber got in there and got to Kelce, and Ron, as that ball was being snapped, I was not feeling very comfortable. The Admirals were almost in a end game prevent defense. They had 3 or 4 guys back near the 15-yard line, and my fear was that they were going to Heights was going to be able to get the ball underneath and get somebody with a couple of blockers out in front, and we were going to give up a big play that we were trying to prevent there. Instead, we'll take, again, good field position for the Admirals offense here on the 40.
Tim Taylor in motion, gets the ball. He's up to about the 43-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 7. And also between this game and next week's game between Southview and Cloverleaf, the TV crew will be heading for Clearview High School for a volleyball game between the Lady Saints and the Lady Clippers. And Joe Bach will be taking his TV20 camera out onto the links. A little bit of golf action between the Admirals and the Saints.
The ubiquitous Joe Bach.
That too.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Handoff is to Julius Rollins, 1st down. As he gets the ball into Tiger territory, they'll spot it on the 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's take a look at this, Ron. I thought we almost had a botched handoff here between Atkinson and Rollins. Rollins did a great job. He bobbled it and pulled it back in. And as we've said all night, the Admirals have spread the field so well horizontally that the middle has been open for the quick hitter to Rollins all night long.
Cameron Bryan in motion, gets the pitch from Atkinson. Bryan on the far side, he's on the loose, and a 1st down again for the Admirals as he gets the ball up to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10.
Nice cut by Cameron Bryant here. He cut the ball up. It's a deep toss to an inside off tackle play, and then he just makes the first man miss and gets out in space. Good gains back-to-back for the Admirals offense. John Nesbitt would be very upset with me if I didn't mention the great job that his offensive linemen have done tonight, Ron. And he's rotated 6 or 8 guys in there.
Once again, Julius Rollins gets the handoff from Atkinson, gets the ball up close to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5 yards, it's 2nd down and 5.
Rollins might have gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit there. He's going to get a blow. As you see here, a helmet right in the midsection there, and looked a little bit woozy as he attempted to get up. So they're going to give him a play off and bring John Gerber in at that fullback spot.
John Gerber, number 43, a 180-pound junior.
Might be time to get Atkinson out in space again here, Ron.
Taylor in motion. Taylor gets the pitch. Taylor near side. Taylor on the move. Taylor inside the 10-yard line. The Admirals will have a 1st and goal.
Joe, if somebody had sponsored the red zone tonight, they would have gotten their money's worth, because here we are for the 5th time the Admirals into the red zone. Tim Taylor making people miss and then lowering the shoulder and getting an extra 5 after contact.
Ball is on the 8-yard line.
Let's spotlight some of those guys. Big Andre James at left tackle. 72, Joe Hernandez. 77, Sheldon Ball, the right guard. 55, Dan Soto over the ball.
Julius Robbins, the ball carrier. Rollins gets inside the 5-yard line.
Doing a great job coming off the ball.
And we have a Tiger shaken up on the field. Timeout, official timeout. I do believe number 76, Emmanuel Humphrey.
That
6'1", 340 pounds.
The 5th offensive line, don't want to miss number 71, Anthony Edwards, in there this series. They are have been coming off the ball all night, Ron, and the holes have been there for Taylor and Rollins and Atkinson and Bryant. And Atkinson's had decent time back to pass. It's just been a very nice job by the offensive line of the Admirals.
And we would like to take this opportunity again to thank the following sponsors who are making this game possible tonight. Fligner Supermarket, Quaker Steak and Lube, Giorgio's Pizza, the Lorain Port Authority, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Sam R. Bradley, Attorney at Law, Biggie's Pub, Lormet Credit Union, Jim Carney, County Engineer, the VFW Post 451, Visual Expressions, Deso's Bistro, and Jack Kelly Insurance, Mortgage Plus Bank, Scorchers Casual Eatery and Draft House, and Amvet's Post 47. And outstanding chicken wings from Scorchers.
Absolutely.
They were so good, one fell right out of my hand.
And that chocolate moon pie was pretty tasty too.
From Deso's, absolutely, Deso's at all nations.
Cameron Bryant.
The pitch to Bryan. He's going to be stopped shy of the goal line. That'll bring up a 3rd and goal.
You know, I talked to Cameron's grandfather at the half. Chuck Bryant's been around Lorain football for an awful long time. Chuck was coaching at Lorain High back in the 80s when I was there. Before that, he was the head coach at Southview. And now he's over here at Admiral King following his grandson. So Chuck's had the opportunity to follow all 3 Lorain high schools at one time or another.
Well, his grandson on the field and also his son
on the sideline.
Assistant coaches, absolutely. The ball is just inside the 3-yard marker. And it's Timmy Taylor. He looks to be in the end zone. We'll see after they sort it all out.
We still need somebody in black and white to put their hands up in the air, and they're saying 4th down.
He just missed. Boy, I'll tell you, they can't get any closer to the goal line than where they've got the ball.
I think Dale Smith drew the line crooked, Ron. We'll have to take a look here. The one criticism I have here is that maybe Taylor needed to get a little bit lower before he got the first contact.
Look, ball is over the line, but they're not going to let him have it.
It all depends on where it was when his knees hit the ground. It did end up on the line, but I couldn't tell from the replay whether the knees were down. I would think maybe Atkinson just going to keep it. Nope.
4th down, and the give is to Julius Rollins. Touchdown.
Let's call out the number of Sheldon Ball. They ran right at the big guard that time. We mentioned his number when he was shaken up a little bit ago, but Sheldon Ball and Dan Soto, just enough of a crack there to get Julius Rollins in the end zone. And I'm going to correct myself. Ball was outside. That looked like 71 Anthony Edwards on the inside that time.
Cameron Zatala will attempt the extra point. Good snap from Matt Toth, the long snapper. The ball is over and good. So with 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, we have Admiral King on top by a score of 21-0. And that was the 2nd touchdown scored by Julius Rollins. He had one back with 2:39 remaining in the 2nd quarter on a 2-yard run. And this one less than a yard with 3:21 remaining in the third quarter. First touchdown was scored with 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cameron Bryant on a 15-yard scamper. And Cameron's Tala good on the extra points all 3 times.
Ron, I would guess that if you called the Cleveland media right now and said we've got a Cleveland Heights Admiral King 21-0 score in the third quarter, the comment that you'd get is Kings held them to 21, huh? Because I think the highly regarded Cleveland Heights offense that scored 53 points last week just has looked a little bit out of sorts in every possession tonight. And the Admiral King offense has put up 21, and it could be 35.
And off the hands and into the end zone.
That's a live ball.
A live ball. It is picked up. And he's going to be tackled in the end zone for a safety. Put 2 more points on the board with 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. It's Admiral King 23 and Cleveland Heights nothing.
I think they're going to talk this over. I don't know the rule, Ron. I know in the NFL this would be a touchback because the ball went in because of the impetus of the kick.
But it was touched before.
But it went in on impetus of the kick, and if he never made it out of the end zone with the ball. See, it's touched, it goes off him into the end zone. Now, he did pick it up and try to come out, but you'll notice he never gets out. See, he never made it out of the end zone. So, I wouldn't be at all stunned. I'd be unhappy, but I wouldn't be at all stunned if they said that was a touchback.
And Jeff Rotsky is talking to the official over on the far side. He may be arguing just that point.
And again, maybe the high school rule is different. But in the NFL...
Well, with 3:12 remaining in the third quarter...
You know what, Ron? He didn't win because the Cleveland Heights kicker's got a tee, and he's putting the ball on the 20-yard line to kick it away on the free kick. And the Cleveland Heights coach is down the 15 feet down the counter from here. I can hear if the ball goes in the end zone, it doesn't matter how it got there, it's a touchback. So they are in agreement with me that it should be a touchback. I don't want to be right, Ron.
I'm going to agree with the officials. Thank you.
I don't want to be right. I'm very happy with 2 points in the ball. And this is the unit we said we didn't want to see, the kickoff return team.
Stephen Buckholtz on the kickoff. Jameson on the return. Gets up close to the 40-yard line. And a little bit of extracurricular activity on the field. No flags, so
there's a little frustration there.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And one thing I can recall with Coach Rotsky's teams are always very, very emotional. And when you play with a lot of emotion and things don't go well, emotion turns to frustration. Now, Blake Jamerson shows a little bit of frustration right here. He thought he maybe got hit after the whistle, and watch as the replay goes along. He's not happy and tries to get out of the grasp there. And that's what sparked everything, but nothing really happened.
The handoff is to Rollins. Julius Rollins gets up across the 45-yard line to about the 47.5.
I would suggest that if Cleveland Heights wants to hit someone, they might try hitting the ball carrier before he gets 8 yards down the field, huh?
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Atkinson pull it out of Rollins' stomach and take a look long here. Chris Kimbrough's been out wide, one-on-one to the left side.
Taylor in motion, gets the pitch. Taylor coming near side. Taylor with the first down as he gets across the 50-yard line into Cleveland Heights territory. They'll spot it on about the 49.
You know, this is Coach Mark Campo lining up saying, you can't stop us. We're going to run the ball, and you can't stop us. And Admiral King has really done nothing except run the ball between the tackles. They're running the deep motion out of that wing, but they're cutting that play up off the inside cheek of the tackle, as my old coaches would describe it, and busting into the middle of the Cleveland Heights defense, along with a steady dose of Julius Rollins. Now John Gerber in the backfield.
Atkinson fakes the handoff. He's got Cameron Bryant in the forefront blocking, and he gets the ball up to about the 42-yard line.
Atkinson didn't fake the handoff there. The handoff was missed, I think. As you're going to see, somebody stepped on Atkinson, I think, right there. He had the presence of mind to pull it in and just keep it himself. He knew the play was going that way, and he used Cameron Bryant rather than a ball carrier as a lead blocker. That was good decision, good poise by the senior Terrence Atkinson.
Gain of 7 yards on the play, 2nd down and 3 from the 42.
Minute 15 to go. Less than that when they snap it, Ron.
Pitch comes back to Taylor. Taylor's got a first down. He's to the 25 and stopped.
As my good friend Barry Buck would say, he lost his gription there as he tried to make a cut to the middle of the field. The Admirals are going to move the sticks, though, on the toss sweep.
Eric Jones making the touchdown saving stop. Ball spotted just inside the 25, 1st and 10, as we're now under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And 23-point lead and first down on the 25. The Admirals are having it right now much their way, Ron. There's the counter, and that's
right
Gerber.
up the middle. Number 43 for the Admirals, John Gerber.
Hey, Ron, we're in the red zone.
Once again, on the 9-yard line, 1st and goal.
Here's the counter play as we set up the replay. There's the fake, comes back against the motion, and Gerber doesn't see anybody until he's got a first down, and he's down inside the 10 at the 9, 1st and goal. And the Admirals may get one more playoff here in the 3rd quarter.
Eric Jones again making the saving tackle for the Tigers. We're down to 11 seconds. This should be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Cameron Bryant gets the pitch. Far side. Bryant shy of the goal line. And that brings the 3rd quarter to an end with the score: Admiral King 23, Cleveland Heights nothing.
Freedom to think for yourself.
To disagree with the government.
Freedom to be equal.
To be different.
Freedom to raise a family.
To marry the man I love.
The freedom to worship the God of my choice.
To live with dignity.
The freedom to be me.
To be whatever I want to be.
Defending freedom for over 200 years.
May he bless you and keep you. May he grant you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for coming. I'll see you all next week, and please be careful going home.
Back here at George Daniel Field, Ron Baccalar along with Jay Ferguson, our cameraman, producer, and director, and instant replay man, Joe Bach. We are in our 4th and final quarter with the Admirals 2nd and goal. The ball on the 1-yard line. They lead in the ball game 23-0. Atkinson under center. Bryant in motion to give to Rollins in the end zone. Touchdown.
Julius Rollins was 5 yards deep in the end zone before there was contact. That's his 3rd touchdown on the night, isn't it, Ron?
Yes, it is.
And the Admirals faithful starting to believe right now.
Cameron Zatala will attempt the extra point. And we do have a nice crowd here for this home opener for the Admirals at George Daniel Field. And it's been a long time. I think the only game the Admirals won at home last year was the game at the end of the season against Southview.
You may be right, Ron.
The other 4 wins were all on the road.
I will tell you this, that Coach Mark Campo and his staff have done a very good job restoring the family atmosphere around this program. This is a program now. This isn't just a good group of players that are going to have some success. They've built this up the right way, and they've built it up by getting their numbers up. They've got their kids involved. They've committed to what they believe in, and they've stuck with it when times were lean. And right now, you've got a group of kids on that sideline that believe in Coach Mark Campo and his coaching staff, and that's real important.
The injured player for Cleveland Heights, number 56, Fred Hunter, a linebacker, senior, 220 pounds.
He might be the hunt Ed tonight, the way the Admirals have come off the ball offensively. Cameron Zatal is going to earn his letter tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he'll be attempting that extra point, which will put the Admirals on top by a score of 30-0. Right now, it's 29-zip. Next week, the Admirals will be on the road as they go to Berea. That was a heartbreaker last year here at George Daniel Field. The Admirals were winning 6-0 almost towards the end of the ball game, and then the Berea Braves got that touchdown and 2 extra points and wound up winning 8-6. So it will be hopefully revenge time for the Admirals next Friday in Berea. Here at George Daniel, the Southview Saints will play Cloverleaf from Medina County for the first time, and that was blocked.
Yep. The timing seems to be a little off on all those conversions right now. In order to be effective timing-wise with the conversions, you've got to trust that the snap's going to be there, and the kicker's got to start moving forward a little sooner. Ron, I want to mention somebody that I think is an unsung hero tonight for the Admirals, and that's number 10, Matt Toth. We haven't called his name much. He's been playing safety the whole game on defense, but here's why I want to give him some credit. He was the Admirals' starting quarterback last year as a junior, started the game and split time with Terrence Atkinson last week. And when the coaching staff made the decision earlier in the week that they were going to commit to Terrence Atkinson as their quarterback, as a returning starter, it would have been real easy for Matt Toth to have a problem with that and not accept it. But Matt Toth was excited, and he told Coach Brian Corey, athletic director Brian Corey, I get to play defense and hit somebody this
There
week.
you go.
He was as happy as anybody, and that's the kind of attitude that you need to have a successful team.
And having been a long snapper myself in high school, I can appreciate the outstanding job he is doing in that department.
He's got an advantage over you, Ron. Well, number one, he's got a plastic helmet, not a leather one. But number two,
please.
Number two, they're not allowed to hit the long snapper.
And the kickoff going into the end zone, automatic touchback.
Not the last time.
This time around, we'll get it right. Not that it wasn't right last time. Hey, I don't know about you, but I got some of these things, and I'm going to be sharing them throughout the entire season.
I have a question for you first, though, Ron. Is this fair? Would you call this fair weather tonight?
This is beautiful weather.
Because there's a fair weather fan coming around the corner to the Admiral sidelines. Mr. Michael D'Angelo, our fair weather fan.
A.K.A. Mad Dog.
Yes, sir.
Eric Russell, the head coach at Georgia Southern, said, at Georgia Southern, we don't cheat. That costs money, and we don't have any.
Well, that's a straight line that I will leave alone here with Coach Rotsky.
Hand off to Brian Underwood.
No, you know what, Ron? I can't. Coach Rotsky has money.
Well,
I'm just going to leave it at that.
He's a real estate mogul. He is not an educator. He is a coach and has been a coach. In fact, prior to coming to Cleveland Heights, he was at Maple Heights. And I think you mentioned he was also at Bedford Chanel.
Yes, he was.
Once upon a time. But he is into real estate and worth quite a bit. And that's okay.
There was a great deal of frustration verbalized by some of the athletic directors in the Lake Erie League in the east side of Cleveland area as Coach Rotsky changed programs. And I know the gentlemen at Euclid and Shaker Heights have expressed a bit of frustration.
Victor Rainey on the reception. Brings up a first down for the Tigers, and right up the middle on a running play by Alan Owens. Picks up another first down.
And there's a touchdown-saving tackle by Matt Toth right there. Lowered his shoulder, got below the running back's pads, and made a nice tackle. First down for Heights as they put together a couple of successful plays. Now, the last time they did this, to open the second half, they put two nice plays together, and all of a sudden, there was an 11-yard sack, and that was the last time that Heights really had the ball. King calls timeout, Ron.
The Admirals take a timeout. Just want to mention about Dieso's Bistro at the All Nations, 4286 Oberlin Avenue, Lorain, who supplied some of our goodies here in the press box. Want to thank them very much. If you've never had an opportunity to dine at Dieso's, you ought to take the opportunity. They're located at 4286 Oberlin Avenue, the former All Nations Club.
Don't try to go on Sunday, though, Ron. They're not open.
Okay.
But if you do go, and they have that chocolate moon pie, the strawberry chocolate moon pie on the dessert menu.
I had 2 pieces tonight.
and you enjoyed them both.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And the best part of it is it says in their little carry-out menu that they remove the calories, Ron.
Yes, right. And if you believe that, I will have some swampland to sell you. On a 1st and 10, Kelce looking to pass. He's almost tackled in the backfield, but there's a flag back there. This may be coming back.
This is offensive holding on the pass protection.
Victor Rainey on the reception downfield. Holding is the call.
There wasn't even any cheering on the Heights sidelines as they knew. And I don't know if it was Cameron Bryant or Rolando Carter, but it looked as if one of them just got hog-tied as he attempted to get in on Kelce. Kind of curious, Ron. Heights has shown the shotgun and the spread. Now they're running out of under center. There it was, and it was big Rolando Carter got underneath the tackle, and the only way that they could protect Kelce was to grab on for the ride.
Flag was back on the 46-yard line. That'll put the ball on the 36, where it's going to be first down once again and a lot of yardage.
Once again, after a couple successful plays, the Heights Tigers shoot themselves in the foot. Ron, I don't want to call this a concession speech because I know that the Cleveland Heights Tigers still think that they're in this ball game, but they're down 4 scores. But right now, they're looking for an offensive identity.
Alan Owens was the ball carrier. It's second down.
Here's the 4 wide receiver look.
Kelce to pass and hits, and a first down for the Tigers on the reception. Victor Rainey, the wide receiver. 1st and 10, the ball in Southview Admiral King territory. I'm already thinking about next week.
This is a nicely thrown ball. This is the outside receiver. Ran a deep slant.
Kelce again back to pass. Looking for a receiver. Hits once again. Victor Rainey. Rainey gets the ball to about the 21-yard line. First down, they'll move the chains.
I don't get a flag, but I think that Mr. Kelce was across the line of scrimmage when he let that one go. They're in the hurry-up, so it's going to be difficult. Now we got a clock stoppage. Joe, can we get a replay on the last one?
We have Victor Rainey, who's made these receptions on this march down the field, shaken up on that play as he walks off the field.
Kelce with the ball, he moves forward. I think he was across the line of scrimmage. I don't see much, but I saw that.
On the running play, the Tigers get the ball to about the 13-yard line.
This Alan Owens, this junior running back, number 8, he runs hard, and he's pretty quick. Now he's going to split out on the wing as they go to their double twins look. 4 wide receivers, only a fullback back with Kelce.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. Pass in the flats, and Kimbrough hitting immediately, the receiver.
Nice job by Chris Kimbrough.
On the reception, number 5, Kevin Glover.
Heights has run that play a couple times. That's the first time the receivers held onto the ball.
It's 3rd down and 1. Once again, Owens all alone in the end zone, and finally the Tigers get on the board with 9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the ball game with 6.
Coach Jared Wilt and his defense lose their shutout, but they're to be commended for the performance thus far. I see Coach Wilt out on the field with his hands on his hips, but you can give up 6 when you've got 29, Coach.
And the Tigers will be going for the extra point. Out on the field, Stephen Buckholtz to do the extra point attempt. Doing the holding, Eric Jones. Good snap, ball is down, in the air, and over. So again, with 9:12 remaining in the ball game, it's Admiral King 29 and Cleveland Heights 7. As we indicated, the Admirals will be on the road next week Friday, traveling to Berea to take on the Braves. The Southview Saints, who are playing the Elyria Catholic Panthers over in the Lorain County seat tonight. They will be back here at George Daniel Field next week Friday to take on Cloverleaf, Medina County Cloverleaf. And that will be the first meeting for those two teams. Cloverleaf have... They've played the Admirals in the past and won both games. So right now they've got a hold on the Lorain football program, and we'll see if Southview can break that.
Strong Medina County football, and Cloverleaf is one of those programs. It's going to be a tough road for the Saints. The Admirals expecting the onside kick here, and certainly Heights looks like they've lined up with 8 on one side of the ball. The Admirals have 9 guys within 10 yards of the line. Heights has got 8 to the left side of the kicker, and they're not going to make any pretense of where they're going. The ball is going to come this way to the right side of the Admirals formation. Now they've left.
And it's recovered by the Admirals. And they have the ball in Tiger territory on about the 47-yard line. A good job by the Admirals to recover that onside kick.
Nice job by Miles Jones. He went out inside the 10-yard area and touched the ball where only he could touch it, Ron. The kicking team has to let the ball go 10 yards. The receiving team could go out into that area and touch it. Of course, if it bounces off Miles Jones, it's a live ball. And then we got problems. So a very good recovery there by Miles Jones. And the Admirals offense, as it seems like they've been all night, Ron, in Cleveland Heights territory.
Handoff goes to John Gerber. Gerber's got plenty of running room, picks up a first down for the Admirals, coming over to the near side at about the 20 or 32-yard line.
Nice job there, John Gerber, not only hitting another mammoth hole opened up by Coach Nesbitt's offensive line, but he stayed in bounds. His clock stopped for the first down, but it's running now with under 9 minutes to go. And at 29-7, right now, it's the Timex that's the enemy, not the Tigers.
Anthony Harris also in the backfield along with Gerber. In motion is Taylor. Taylor gets the pitch from Atkinson. Running on the far side. First down for the Admirals as Taylor gets the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Ron, right now, one of these two teams on the field looks a little bit disinterested. Here comes student body left. Nice kick out block there by Anthony Harrison. And Taylor has a big hole again to run through on the left side. Another Tiger shaken up.
And while he's down there, of course, you've heard of Bobby Bowden.
Former West Virginia head coach. Where'd he go after
Bobby
that?
Bowden, Florida State. When he was with Florida State, said, and I quote, "After you retire, there's only one big event left, and I ain't ready for that."
Bobby Bowden, when he coached at West Virginia, was the head coach for Mr. Terry King, former head coach of the Admiral King Admirals. There's a little connection there. Terry King was captain of a West Virginia Peach Bowl squad back in the day.
And then there's good old Lou Holtz, who played football and graduated from my alma mater, Kent State University. When he was with Arkansas, said the man who complains about the way the ball bounces is likely to be the one who dropped it. Only Lou Holtz could say something like that.
There's the little inside counter play again, and that's Gerber for about 3 yards, and the clock will stay running, Ron. Nope, going to get a timeout. This timeout's an official timeout. We've got an Admiral shaking up on the play.
And we'll be back right after this.
It's a sound we take for granted. Life seems so simple as a child, yet 500,000 children in Ohio have vision problems. Problems that, if not detected early, can lead to loss of sight and difficulty learning. Simple activities like riding a bike can become dangerous. When you register your vehicle or renew your license plates, add a $1 donation to the Save Our Sight Fund and help save the sight of Ohio's children. For more information, call 1-800-755-GROW.
Thanks for giving to Save Our Sight.
Ron, once again, as the Admirals move the ball on offense, let's give credit to Anthony Edwards, Sheldon Ball, Dan Soto, Joe Hernandez, Andre James, and Big Rolando Carter, the tight end, for the holes that these guys are finding. And here's another one.
In on the carry, Anthony Harris for the Admirals. Loose ball recovered by the Tigers.
Once again, inside the red zone without a score. I believe that is now 7 trips inside the red zone. So if you are Mark Campo, the head coach of the Admirals, right now you're going to say, this looks like it's going to be a win, and I'm going to have a lot to talk about when I watch the films. We're not going to be able to get too cocky. We put up 29 and we could have 45.
Johnny Gerber, by the way, the second string fullback, was the player shaken up for the Admirals. Came off the field. I think he had himself a bad cramp.
It's going to be in the air now.
Kelce passing incomplete. The intended receiver unable to hang on, Brian Underwood. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The ball is on about the 9-yard line.
Now there's an adjustment for the Admirals defense. The last possession, Cleveland Heights ran this same play for about a 20-yard game underneath Chris Kimbrough. That time he read the pattern, jumped it, and was there to knock the ball away. Good job, Chris Kimbrough.
Kelce again, back to pass. Almost in his end zone, being chased, lets the ball go, and it is caught. Grabbed from behind and brought down by Blake Jamerson, saving that touchdown run on the reception, Alan Owens. The ball is just over the 25-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 7:37 remaining in the ball game.
They were close to contacting Kelce right at the goal line there, and instead 75 yards the other way before it stops.
On a running play, about a yard pickup, the ball just inside the 25. They'll spot it on about the 24-yard line.
Big Dale Linden in the middle of the defense with that stop.
Alan Owens on the carry. Kelce now passing and connects to Underwood. He's free, gets away from a tackler into the end zone, and the Tigers put their 2nd touchdown on the board here in the 4th quarter with the clock showing 7:11 remaining.
There was a little bit of an ESPN moment following that touchdown. It's now 29-13, and if you could see the young man who scored that touchdown, it looked like he just returned a kick on the last play of the Super Bowl to win the game. He goes into the end zone, then he keeps going almost all the way to the track. In fact, he's on the track and almost all the way to the fence, celebrating.
Stephen Buckholtz in for the extra point attempt. Good snap, ball's in the air, it's over, and it's good.
One year when I coached the girls basketball team at Lorain High, Ron, we had jerseys that said more we and less me. There was a lot of me in that celebration. Now it's 29-14, and I'm sure we're going to see another onside kick. And there's just enough crepe hanger in me to say, Ron, it's a 2-possession game again now. The Admirals need to hang on to the football here. in order to protect this lead. Because any offense that has Travis Kelce throwing the ball can score points in a hurry, as we just saw. They just won about 92 yards in no time at all. Because that fumble was inside the 10-yard line they took over. Maybe it was on the 6. It didn't take very long for the Cleveland Heights Tigers.
Not at all.
And we're going to see another onside kick, obviously. Same setup as before. 2 guys to the right of the kicker, 8 to the left. Admiral King with 10 up close. They want to make sure, the coaches up in the booth want to make sure the kicker gets the ball 10 yards.
And it is grabbed and held by the Admirals.
That's Miles
Jones.
And you know what, Ron? He bobbled that ball, but I'll tell you this, Miles Jones was a step away from a touchdown right there. Because if we can see the replay, he took this thing on the high bounce, and if 28 for the Tigers there, Robert Marshall doesn't hit him, Miles Jones has got a couple of steps and he's going the other way. Here we are inside the 50 again, Ron.
Ball is on the 48-yard line in Tiger territory. 1st and 10 for the Admirals with 7:08 remaining in the ball game.
These are the ones. This is Bryant right here.
He's got the pitch, and he manages to bull his way with staying in bounds. They'll spot the ball on about the 42-yard line.
Big Anthony Edwards threw a great lead block, and if we see it on the replay here, he just maintains contact for 5 or 6 yards down the field. The coaches up here wanted holding. That was just good drive blocking. He made contact, kept the pad square, and kept the legs moving.
Gain of 6 yards on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Take your time, fellas. Coaches up in the booth are saying they're running. I think that we can both concede that as a fact.
Julius
right
Rollins on the carry.
Big 3rd down play here for the Admirals. Going to be under 6 minutes when they snap it. 3rd and 2.
Ball is on the 40-yard line.
Scoreboard showing Cleveland Heights with a full complement of timeouts, but I did think that they used one earlier. So a 1st down here could take another 2 minutes off the clock.
Taylor in motion. Taylor gets the handoff. Taylor picks up the 1st down for the Admirals. Taking the ball to the 36-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10.
Julius Rollins gets up in the backfield and get a couple pats on the butt. Throws a nice block here for Taylor. There it is. Hits the defensive end who got a hand on the tackle, but he allowed Taylor to pick that 1st down up with his little kick-out block on 97 Corey Freeman.
Taylor in motion. The give is to Rollins. Rollins with plenty of running room. 1st down as he hangs on to the ball, gets it up close to the 20.
Ron, this is an easy game from up here because the Cleveland Heights coaches are saying, watch the trap. There it was, and there it went. Of course, knowing that it's coming and stopping it are two different things. We always used to say in basketball, it doesn't matter what you know if their X's are that much better than your O's. And that's been the situation tonight for the Admiral King's offense. Those 6 guys up front, because I'm going to include Big Rolando Carter in that. They have dominated.
Taylor on the crossbuck. He's got running room into the end zone. Touchdown. Taylor on a 20-yard carry for the Admirals into the end zone. That puts 6 more points on the board. It's now 35-14.
Kudos here to the offensive coordinator who called this play. It's the inside counter where they come back against the motion, and Timmy Taylor just had a huge hole. Led through the hole by big number 71, Anthony Edwards, who kicked out the middle linebacker, and nobody touched Mr. Taylor.
And the kick by Zatala over the crossbar. It's good. The Admirals, with 4:44 remaining in the ball game, now lead 36-14.
Leave no doubt, Ron, who the best football team has been tonight.
Absolutely. Very impressive on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Very impressed with the job the Admirals have done thus far, and we still have a little over 4.5 minutes of football remaining. Zatala will kick off from the 40.
No mistake about it. This Cleveland Heights offense is going to be a potent bunch by the end of the season. They were last year.
Kevin Glover on the near side, deep receiver for the Tigers.
And they had a good offseason adding to their talent.
Robert Marshall, deep receiver on the far side. You mentioned Euclid a little while back. How about that win over St. Ed's last night? 14-13, Euclid defeating Lakewood St. Ed's. Who would have thunk it?
Good night. Well, it's a fine football tradition. Tom Bank was there for a number of years.
Glover once again. And he is going to take this ball into the end zone on a kickoff return for a touchdown. And I see no flags anywhere on the field.
And the young man learned a little bit of a lesson. He left the ball in the end zone, turned and ran to the bench that time.
Well, that's the...
this is untouched, Ron. Let's get a look and see where he started.
The second time that he's taken a kickoff return, and if you recall, the last time it was only brought back because of a penalty.
And he tripped. He didn't go the whole way that time. But that looks like he took it about the 21-yard line. And really no problems at all. Sometimes with kickoffs, you trade height for depth, and the Admirals kickoffs have not had a high trajectory, and when you have speed returners, they have an opportunity. The ball gets to them in a hurry. They have an opportunity to get up ahead of steam as they hit the hole, and that becomes the difficulty. It's going to be very interesting this college season with the change in the kicking rules, where they've moved him back another 5 yards to the NFL kickoff line, to see how that affects the NCAA kickoff return game. Gee, Ron, you think we'll see an onside kick here?
I think we will, as a matter of fact.
Once again, I'll go back to a two-play game. We were right here at 7 minutes and 11 seconds. And we've had two scores, but we're going to see another one, an onside kick. I wonder if they have plan B. They've tried the same thing twice. They haven't got the ball the required 10 yards. The alignment is going to be the same. I would think that Coach Rotsky has a plan B where they line up like this and they maybe kick it toward their sidelines and try to get that one-man Admiral King isolated on two, the one man being Cameron Bryant at the top of the screen, out of the picture. But there are two Heights Tigers on that side of the ball. Kicker with a little deeper angle this time to try and get the ball the required 10 yards. That ball's on the ground. That ball is on the ground.
Tigers say they've got it.
See, that's the position. That was my best position as a football player, Ron. I was a very good pointer. I didn't want to be on the bottom of the pile pointing.
And the Admirals say they've got it. And coming up with the ball is Anthony Gaston for the Admirals.
And that's all that matters is
who's got it.
It didn't matter. You don't get quantity for pointing. Number 2, Anthony Gaston had the ball when the man in the black and white stripes pointed. Here's the replay. It's Miles Jones again, hits the ball. This time it goes off him. He does not field it cleanly, and the ball is clearly on the ground. And there you can see Gaston coming in behind him. The ball is free right now, laying on the ground.
There it is.
It's under one of the Tigers, but still not recovered. And Gaston comes underneath and pulls the ball through the pile to his body.
1st and 10 for the Admirals on the mid-stripe.
4:25 to go.
Handoff to Rollins. Rollins comes near side, and a first down for the Admirals, getting the ball to the 35-yard line.
Julius Rollins he might have had a couple more yards there, but he did not want to go out of bounds. And so he took 15 and kind of hit the deck. And the clock will start right now, and we'll be under 4 minutes on this snap, Ron. I think they're going to be vulnerable to another counter play here if the Admirals want to run it.
Atkinson seems a little bit concerned as to what we're going to do, and he's got it all settled, but there's a loose ball.
Still loose, and I think that's going to be white.
And this time the Tigers do recover.
And that was just an all-out sellout by Cleveland Heights to anticipate the snap count. You'll see the snap came up, but there's Tigers in the backfield there. Atkinson was hit before he could hand the ball off. One of the problems with running plays where you're going to pull linemen is that it takes some time in the backfield, and Cleveland Heights needs to sell it all out. 3:43 to go, Ron, and again, it's a two-play ball game. And they've got Travis Kelce. Stranger things have happened, but let's play defense. 2 wide receivers each side. There's a whistle. Timeout, Admirals.
We've got a timeout with 3:43 remaining in the ball game. The Admirals leading 36-21, a 15-point advantage. Well, we know that football is a rough game, and a lot of players, when all is said and done, have those aches and pains. It was Joe Namath back when he played for Alabama who once said, when you win, nothing hurts.
And he won one of the biggest games in the history of professional football, that Super Bowl III. I can remember that game against the Baltimore Colts, and I watched it the day that it happened, and I didn't believe it.
And there was a situation where he made the prediction before the fact. And it came
That was a Baltimore Colts team that had Johnny Unitas as their backup quarterback. That's how deep they were. Earl Morrill was the coach. Don Shula, lots of Hall of Famers on that Baltimore Colt team. And that one game was what gave the legitimacy to the AFL, now the AFC, following the merger, because Vince Lombardi's Packers had dominated the first 2 Super Bowls.
From the 45-yard line, Kelce looking to pass, being chased in the backfield, still with the ball, running. He's going to keep it, and knocked out of bounds. He'll be shy of the first down.
Not knocked out of bounds, Ron. The official signaled keep the clock running. Michael Taylor and Adrian Casey ran him out of bounds. Second and about 3, but the clock still runs with under 3:20 to go.
Second down and 2. Kelce again looking to pass.
They were looking for something quick there in the Admirals.
And he's going to be brought down for a loss. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that's big Rolando Carter. And the frustration was Cleveland Heights was looking for like a 2-step drop and a slant to pick up the first down. And the Admirals came up and jumped the route, and there was no place for Kelce to go.
And this time the Tigers want to stop the clock with 2:59 remaining, as they have a big 3rd down play, 3rd and 5. And I do believe we'll see an opportunity here with the Lorain School Employees Credit Union. We already did that?
I'm going to look at the last play.
Oh, you're looking at the last play. Okay. You know, here we go.
This is the completion, or the scramble. Kelce, the Heights coaches think he gets out of bounds here. He's contacted, and of course we can't see a line. It sure looked like he might have been outside. And the Heights Tigers, who had as bad a look at it as we did, their coaches up here in the booth, they thought he went out of bounds, but I don't think that anybody's going to go home and say, boy, that was a tightly played, well officiated ball game, because I think both teams have been frustrated with some of the calls, and I'm still not sure on that safety. But I'll know next week, because I'll go home and look. Whoa.
Kelce being chased and finally lets it go into the hands of Brian Underwood, and flags all over the field.
There's guys with number 66 on that are 20 yards downfield, Ron.
Okay.
That was going to be a screen pass. and Big Rolando got in the backfield and busted it up. And downfield, about 20 yards, was Alfred Sharp, the tackle. Here's the contact in the backfield, and now you'll see it. And now as we see, there's Big 66 out in front of the play. In fact, he was deeper than everybody except the one wide receiver.
And the Admirals will take the penalty, bringing the ball back to the Tigers' 45-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down once again, but this time 3rd and 10. One of my favorite coaches, again from Arkansas, Lou Holt, said motivation is simple. You eliminate those who are not motivated. And here's what we are seeing here at George Daniel Field. A lot of Admirals who are motivated.
Here's the shotgun and the 4 wide receivers, Ron.
Kelce coming near side and couldn't grab on the intended receiver. Number 5 for the Tigers, Kevin Glover.
A little too tall for him. Cameron Bryant closing in on the play. So now it's 4th down and about 10. One of the coaches up here said, run it again. And with a good throw there, they'd have had a 1st down. There's Kelce outside the pocket.
From their own 45, 4th and 10.
Inside receiver out, outside receiver in.
Kelce's going to run with it. He's going to get him the 1st down and out of bounds. And a flag.
And it should. And it should have been. That was a little too far out of bounds. Kelce ended up out under the bench, and it's going to cost the Admirals 15 there. I heard that described as cheap by one of the Heights coaches. I wouldn't call it cheap. I mean, Kelce played all the way to the sidelines. The Admiral played all the way to the sidelines. It's not like a college field where there's a 3-foot white stripe there. The grass is green all the way. There's the contact, and he just rolled him over. That puts it down on the 25, though, Ron. Tigers are cats, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
How many lives do cats have?
They say 9.
Well, it seems like it tonight, because this game at 2:34 is not over.
Kelce looking to pass. He is
strong.
Being held.
He is
he
very
breaks
strong.
Away. Wow. And incomplete. Couldn't quite hang on. Alan Owens.
That was Terrence Atkinson and Blake Jamerson colliding, but going for the interception there. Atkinson has been in as they took out, the Admirals have taken out a linebacker and gone to a 2-safety look in the middle of the field. They've dropped Cameron Bryant back a little deeper in the middle, but they've got
Kelce at 6'6", 230 pounds. He is a big one this time, and he breaks away from a would-be tackler in the backfield. Again, another tackler. He just won't give up. Still on his feet. Another tackler missed, and finally, but he let the ball go. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
And that is a very fatigued Travis Kelce, a very frustrated Travis Kelce. He's down on the ground with 2:06 to go. If they have to call timeout to tend to him, he's going to have to come out of the game, Ron. The coach is up here expressing a little frustration. Kelce just makes a great play, keeps it alive 3 or 4 times with his strength. And all the Cleveland Heights receivers, there's not even one in the play there, they're standing down in the end zone doing jumping jacks saying, throw it to me, I've got a touchdown. You've got to come back and help your quarterback, and that really was kind of a superhuman effort there by Travis Kelce. I don't know if he's hurt or he's tired. If you take a look at
that last hit,
look at the chest going up and down there. He's just out of it. Whatever else may be the case, he's a very tired young man now. He's very out of breath. There's the situation, though, Ron. It's 2nd and 10. Kelce's going to have to come out. Now, according to the press early in the preseason, there was a bit of a quarterback battle here at Cleveland Heights. I don't think anyone seriously thought that Kelce wasn't going to be their starter, but they had a young quarterback that they were very high on, and I believe his name is Eric Jones. And I'm sure he'll be the one that comes in, as Kelce at least has to go to the bench for one play.
And it's 3rd and 10, so it's going to be a big 3rd down play. Let's review the scoring as it's taken place this evening. With 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Cameron Bryant for the Admirals scampered 15 yards in the end zone. Cameron Zatala kicked the extra point. The Admirals led 7-0. In the second quarter, with 2:39 remaining, Julius Rollins on a 2-yard plunge into the end zone. Zatala's kick good. The Admirals at the halftime leading 14-0. In the third quarter, with 3:21 remaining, Julius Rollins again for his second touchdown, a 1-yard plunge. The kick was good, 21-0. Then just a few seconds later, the Admirals tackle on the kickoff. The kickoff returner in the end zone for a safety, and that gave the Admirals a 23-0 advantage into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, early on, again, Julius Rollins with a 1-yard plunge. His third touchdown of the evening. The extra point attempt failed. The Admirals were on top 29-0. And then all of a sudden the Tigers came to life. With 9:12 remaining, they scored a TD with the extra point good. At 7:11 of the fourth quarter remaining, another touchdown and the extra point good. Then the Admirals came back with 4:44 remaining. Tim Taylor on a 20-yard scamper into the end zone. The extra point attempt by Zatala was good. The Admirals on top 36-14. Now with 4:29 remaining on a 79-yard kickoff return by the Tigers, Kevin Glover, and the extra point was good. 36-21 the score, and that's where we stand right now.
The frustration up here with the Cleveland Heights coaches, Ron. Eric Jones is the backup quarterback. He came out on the field. They've been yelling, give him a ball and let him take some snaps from the starting center. They finally gotten him a ball over near the Cleveland Heights bench, and he's over there with Kamar Ferguson and taking some practice snaps. Kelce's still down. This is obviously more than fatigued.
I would think so at this point in time.
They're bringing out a stretcher, as a matter of fact, Ron. This is not something you want to see. This kid is a tremendous high school athlete, and what a competitor, obviously.
All right, well, they tend to him. We will take a timeout, and we will be back with the closing moments of this football game.
Hi, I'm Russell Simmons. Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject, and it's cruelty to animals. Emmy was a victim of cruelty, and someone did something about it. Someone called the ASPCA and put an end to it, because Emmy can't talk. The fact is, animals are abused all over this country, and people sit by and do nothing. It's not slick or fly or cool or none of that. It's just cruel. If you're aware of any animal abuse, go to aspca.org to find out what you can do now and make a difference. She can't do it for herself.
All right, back here at George Daniel Field, they have Travis Kelce on the stretcher finally, having administered to him for quite a while, and they are now removing the stretcher. Let's take a look once again at the replay of what happened.
This is a superhuman effort. He's contacted there by Casey, gets away, gets hit again, breaks away. He's going to get hit another time and gets away, comes across the field, breaks a tackle here, and his receivers are just in the end zone at this time. He's getting no help as he tries to square his shoulders and throw across field. John Gerber, the linebacker, is going to come up underneath his left arm. And Kelce went down and stayed down for quite some time. We have no idea what the injury was or what his condition is, but we certainly wish him well.
Absolutely.
What a competitor and what a great high school athlete. It kind of puts perspective into the whole thing here, Ron, about competition is an important thing, but nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. This is the other quarterback I had mentioned to you, Eric Jones, number 2. He's a 5'10 junior, and he's a little bit different type. We go from 6'6", 250 to 5'10", 180.
All right, third down and 10. The ball on the 25. Jones gets the ball, keeps it. He's going to run and get up to the 15-yard line. It looks like he is just shy of the first down, and that'll bring up a fourth and less than a yard.
And the clock running because he did not pick up the first down.
We're down to 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. Jones now under center, and he hands off the first down picked up by the Tigers. Handoff going to Alan Owens.
And
that'll stop the clock.
Just long enough to move the chains, but it'll allow Heights to get reset over the ball so that when they do, and the clock starts now. You work on this every day in practice.
And we've got movement by the offensive line, so that's going to bring the ball back 5 yards.
But you work on it with your starting unit. You don't usually work on it with a backup quarterback. And it looked like 2 offensive linemen expected to go on first sound there, and Jones may have done something else. 5 yards, and the clock starts again as Jones gets the signal.
We're down to 80 seconds. Jones looking to pass over to the far side, and it's caught in the end zone on the reception. Brian Underwood.
That's at least 8 lives. That's at least 8 lives with them. There's 69 seconds left here, Ron. That's a nice throw by a quarterback that comes off the bench cold, Jones. And they're going to go for 1 point here. At some point, they're going to need a 2-point conversion, as they are down 9 right now. They need a 1, a touchdown, and a 2 in some order.
Buckholz will attempt the extra point. Again, good snap. Ball is down. It's kicked, and it is good.
Wow.
So with 1:09 remaining, 69 seconds remaining, our score is now 36 to 28.
I'd feel a lot better at 38 to 28. This one is not over yet, Ron. Admiral King's going to have to recover an onside kick. The scoreboard still shows Cleveland Heights with 3 timeouts. I know that is in error. As Admiral King, the one thing that Admiral King has seen thus far is the Cleveland Heights onside kick team. They've attempted 3, recovered 1, and if they're going to go any farther in this football game, quite honestly, they've got to recover this one. Now, they have done the same thing every time. They have lined the kicker up with the ball. They have put 8 men to his left, 2 men to his right. They have kicked the ball on a very sharp angle toward the strong side or the left side of the kicker. Every time it has gone right to Miles Jones. He has come out and fielded the ball inside the 10-yard area every time. 2 he fielded cleanly. The last one was fielded by Jones, fumbled, and after a scrum come up with by Anthony Gaston for the Admirals.
Buckholz on the kickoff. Onside kick going the other way this time around. And it's Cameron Bryant who recovers.
You had to know it was there, and you also had to know that the timing was so bad that they were offsides. Cleveland Heights was offsides on this play as the kicker ran his little hook route to the ball. The 2 men to the far side of the ball were well past the ball. You'll see it here. He comes around, and they're offsides.
Now, in this kind of a situation, the Admirals don't have the right to refuse.
They're going to call this on the Admiral side. No, they do not have the right to refuse because they obviously moved the ball back 5 yards, and they're going to do it again. So obviously the Admirals do not have the option to refuse. Just like any other offensive offsides penalty, it stops before the play. So let's see what they come up with here. That one didn't look as practiced as the other one.
And it's recovered by the Admirals, I do believe. It bounced off of a Tiger, and the officials are indicating Admiral King ball, 1st and 10.
I think that's Blake Jamerson that came in there. Once again, Miles Jones had the opportunity to field the kick. The ball bounced off him. He was hit that time. The ball bounced loose, and I'm going to correct myself once again. Anthony Gaston, number 2. Here's the replay, Ron. There's the ground ball, 3rd hop high. Jones comes inside the 10-yard to field it. As soon as he touches it, it's not Jones that time. Somebody cuts in front of him, and I believe that I thought that was number 22, but I don't see a 22 on the Admirals roster. The ball pops free, is actually laying on the ground, and there comes Gaston to fall on the ball and save the day for the Admirals. This ought to be victory formation, I would think. Fall
Atkinson, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play. Back to about the 45-yard line, a loss of 5. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. And the clock is stopped as the Tigers call a timeout with 60 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Now the officials are stopping to write down the timeout. And obviously the scoreboard is not an official. I can't tell how many times out they have left. Obviously those 5 gentlemen, I think that I see one finger up in the air, which would mean that they have 1 timeout to go. Now with 1 timeout, Ron, that would mean that they could stop the clock again before 3rd down. So the Admirals would have to run a 3rd down play. They'll run a play here that will take about 5 seconds. Then they can stop the clock at 55. The Admirals will be able to run another play for 5 seconds and take about 30 off, but there will be about 20 seconds to go as the Admirals hit 4th down here. Atkinson looks like he's going to run a play.
And on the counter, it's Gerber with the ball. He's got it across the 25, inside the 25 or 35-yard line.
And that was a timeout by Coach Rotsky off the sidelines here. Timeout Heights. It's 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Now, I believe that that is the final timeout for Cleveland Heights, and that's what the scoreboard shows now.
All right, neither team now with the timeout remaining with 53 seconds remaining, and the Admirals leading by 8 points, 36-28. And to think, going into the 4th and final quarter, the Admirals were leading 29-0. Somehow, some way, the Tigers came to life in the 4th and final quarter.
They get 9 lives, Ron.
Well, you had indicated that, and we certainly saw that to be the case.
Well, here's the situation. Obviously, if the Admirals pick up a 1st down, the game is over. Heights is out of timeouts. King 3rd and 5. The clock is stopped for the final time. King will run the ball here. A 1st down ends the game. Without a 1st down, they will be able to huddle up.
Cameron Bryant with the ball.
He's
inside the 20, and a 1st down for the Admirals as he hangs on. And they'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains, and we'll pick it up with 46 seconds remaining.
Ron, an interesting play call here. You want to make sure you run the ball with your most secure ball handler there, Cameron Bryant being the choice, and you want to pick your favorite running play behind your best offensive lineman, and the Admirals ran right behind big number 71, Anthony Edwards again, along with Sheldon Bell, the guard on this side. And there's the coach's favorite formation as Terrence Atkinson takes a knee.
And that will bring the ball game to an end as the clock now runs down with 15 seconds. And the final score in this ball game, 36-28. And Jay and I will be back to wrap it up as the Admirals give Mark Campo, head coach, a nice welcomed relief from the Gatorade jug. Back in a moment.
It's something we all agree on. It's something we all do. And this is how it's done. The USO depends entirely on the generosity of the American people. Help us support our troops until everyone comes home.
Well, the series between these two schools all evened up at 4 wins apiece as the Admirals, for the 2nd year in a row, defeat the Cleveland Heights Tigers, this time by a score of 36-28. Jay, your thoughts?
Well, Ron, one of my favorite authors in a book I didn't enjoy reading in the 10th grade. It was the best of times, 29-0 going into the fourth quarter. It was the worst of times, 28-7. Cleveland Heights wins the fourth quarter to make a game out of it. But if you want to really single something out as what controlled this ball game for the Admirals, I'm going to mention some names here. Rolando Carter, Anthony Edwards, Sheldon Bell, Dan Soto, Joe Hernandez, Andre James. Those are the 6 guys up in front of quarterback Terrence Atkinson and running backs Tim Taylor, Julius Rollins, Cameron Bryant. And they controlled the line of scrimmage. As we said, the Admirals, I don't have the final statistics, but the Admirals' running attack was the difference in this ball game tonight.
All right, the touchdowns for the Admirals scored by Cameron Bryant with 1, Tim Taylor with 1, and Julius Rollins with 3. The Admirals hit the road for game number 3 as they head to Berea. We will be back here at George Daniel Field next week Friday as the Southview Saints take on Cloverleaf of Medina County. In between games, you will be seeing the volleyball game between the Lady Admirals and the Lady Clippers at Clearview High School. And you will also be seeing some golf and tennis and all kind of exciting sports. Until next Friday, when we are back here for Southview and Cloverleaf, for my partner Jay Ferguson, for our cameraman, producer, and director Joe Bach, I'm Ron Baclar. Good night, everyone.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.